Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second instalment
Right.
of Hall Chat Live. We're all sort of just getting jumped on and getting ready. So, hello to everybody that's in the chat. I will get to you all shortly. But before we do that, I just want to say hello to my panel. Unfortunately, we can't be joined by Jacob today because he's not very well. I know you're at home watching Jacob, so I wish you all the best, mate. I hope you get well soon, and obviously we'll get you on the next one. And Natalie, who will be coming on in a bit, hopefully, all being well. She did message saying she's running a bit late, but she will be on. So let's have a quick look at the panel then. So we've got some new faces today, and we've got some of the regulars. So we'll jump on some of the newbies, noobs. We've got some noobs. And God, I hate that word. It reminds me of my Warcraft days when people used to call me a noob, which I was. But, so I've started at the top. So we've got Lydia at the top. Hi, Lydia. How are you?
Hi. Good, thanks.
So Lydia's my friend from Comic Con, everyone, but she's also your Lord of the Rings and Tarantulas, aren't you?
Yeah, you made me do it. I mean,
I
I'd never even heard of an invert show until you were like, go. And then we came back with a tarantula and a mantis. So, that's how it started.
So brilliant, but hopefully we'll have a chat later on because you do some other things with Lord of the Rings that I know no one else here does. Because you were messaging me about them a while ago, weren't you?
Yeah.
With my potential Christmas present.
Yeah.
So we can chat about that later. And obviously, anyone who's been on YouTube for a while will know Ryan, the Cyber Hobbit's here. Cheers for joining us, Ryan.
Hello, everyone. How's it going?
I know you're in the middle. You're in the middle of moving at the moment. Anyone who doesn't know,
my big camera set up and everything, and now I've kind of made myself a little promptu with my phone here because I've taken everything down. And yeah, glad to be here though.
oh no, I appreciate you. I appreciate you jumping on, mate. And then we've got from the last show. I'm ever so grateful for my regulars. It's superb. So we've got Regan at the bottom. Hi, Reg.
Hi.
How are you? I know you've had a bit of a trying week, but that's why I really appreciate you being on.
Yeah, I thought I would come on to distract myself. So yeah, but yeah, it's good to see you all.
Oh, hang on quickly before we've got Natalie here as well from. Hiya, Nat. This is Natalie, everyone. So Natalie actually sells tarantulas and makes custom enclosures. I've actually got a video later on to play. So how are you, Nat? Thanks for jumping on.
I'm really well, thank you. Busy, feeding, tired, got loads of work.
Are you feeding spiders at the moment, are you?
Yeah, I've got loads of leads, feeding obviously.
Just tell everyone how many spiders you've got.
Over 2,000 now. Well, over 2,000.
Yes.
Over 2,000.
Well, I'll tell you how many I've got later on because I've got the answers for the Saba Red giveaway. So quite an interesting result on that, actually. Quite an interesting result. So I'll be doing that later on. And we've got little Lingy Bling at the bottom. How are you, Lingy?
I'm good, thank you. I'm gonna if my screen goes to my leg, it's because I've got two children that keep peeping around the corner at me because they're not doing what I'm asking them to do.
No problem at all. I'm glad you're here anyway. So I'll just jump above you, Dennis. Hi, Dennis, who's in Europe at the moment, aren't you, mate? Not in Texas.
Nope, I'm in Rotterdam, the Netherlands, right now for work and a little bit of family visit.
Fair play. And we've got Kai in the top right corner there. How are you, Kai?
I'm fine. I'm a little bit tired. I worked early shift today, and but I'm pretty excited.
And by no means least, we've got Julian, who's got quite a bit to talk about with us all today. So we've got quite a sizable slot coming up for you in a bit, Julian. We've been chatting today, so I think there's quite a few people quite excited to hear what you've got to tell us about later on.
Brilliant. Yes, I look forward to digging into it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people looking forward to it. Right, I'm just going to go through the comments quickly. So we've got Mitchell. How do Mitchell? How are you, mates?
Hi, Mitchell.
We've got Amy. Hi, Amy. We've got Sharon at Yorkshire. I know entered. I know you entered. It was your birthday actually the day I put the competition on, if I remember rightly. Amy again. Who else we got? We got Joe. Are you Joe from work? Oh, Invina Veta. How do you, mate? How are you? Not spoken to you in a long time. We got Dan here again. Are you Span? We got Craig. Lingy Bling. We got Arachnophobia. We got North Wolf. How do you, mates? M&T Tarantulas, we've got Cole Bowman, and Nat's there in the chat as well. Right, okay, so we've got a lot to get through today. So, hi, Kelly. So, any questions anyone's got, please chuck them in the comments, and I will try to get to you, but I'm a bloke, you know how good we are at multitasking. We're not very good at it. But at least you can all hear me this week. You might grow to regret that. I have got a challenge later on, which seemed like a really good idea when I thought of it. Now I've got to do it. Doesn't sound such a good idea. I am going to need 2 volunteers from the panel. I'm going to need someone with a stopwatch and someone to be a judge later on. There will be a prize. This is solely for the people in the live chat. So you've got to be in the live chat to be able to enter it. I'm going to be doing something which I don't want to do now. But I've got to, so I've got nothing else lined up. And there will be a prize. So if you're into tarantulas, you can have a tarantula if you win. If you're not into tarantulas, I have got a mini epic, which is the King of the Dead, which you can have that instead. So if you win, you let me know what you want. If you want a tarantula, have a tarantula. If you want that, you can have that. Right, okay. First of all, we need to go over something quick. We didn't have a chance to go over last time, which is from Wonderfest. We had these reveals. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to talk about this. So this is the Paladin Studio Witch King quarter scale. Now, I believe this is now with pre-orders coming up 900 quid. And obviously, on top of that, we've got to add shipping and import fee. I think I calculated to get that landed here in the UK. You're looking at around about £1,800. Personally, I'm not going to be going for it because I just don't think it's better than the Prime one, and I've got that one coming anyway. So, but yeah, still nice piece, and it's nice to see new companies doing these pieces because it certainly looks like Prime One and Queen Studios seem to have lost interest in the Lord of the Rings license anyway. So it is nice to see these other studios. Now, the other piece that's on this, which I am more excited about, is the Ein Studios one, which should be on any second, which is here we are, which is based on the John Howe artwork. This is the John Howe artwork for those that know. This looks fab. Natalie, if you look at the background on this now, this sort of was what I wanted to show you about what we were talking about, something separate. But there, that if you see what you'll know what I'm on about. But this piece here is, I think, spectacular. Now, I know some of you Lord of the Ring lads were quite... Julian, you were excited about this, weren't you? This,
oh, absolutely, yeah.
The Sylvanas, I just put that in for me, because I think she's ace. So, yeah, what does everybody think to those Lord of the Ring pieces at Wonderfest? Take it away.
One of them looks like a resin print to me that they didn't paint yet. I kind of thought like, hey, if you're going to reveal a statue, shouldn't you paint it? Maybe that's the style they're going for, it being all one color. But as someone who's been doing 3D printing now, I don't know. When I look at it, it looks unfinished. Maybe their intention is to continue on, but I thought it was kind of weird that it's just all one color.
Isn't it just unpainted though? Are they just showing this as a render?
Yeah, no, it's just I think a resin print that is yet to be further finished and painted.
I can't remember who told me, but somebody messaged me saying that they got something by Ein Studios, and they said they're very big and very expensive.
Great.
But out of the two, that's the one I jump on.
So somewhere I read, and I don't know whether it's true, but somewhere I read that the Ein Studios is a new studio, which was some of the people from Uman, and hence the collaboration with John Howe. I don't know whether that's true, but I certainly read it somewhere that this is basically a rebranded Uman studio, continuing that line.
Yeah, I've read something about that as well. Could be true. It looks great though. I mean, I do think that second piece from my studio looks really good. Yeah, as I said, I think it's unfinished. It needs to be finished, and I'm sure it's going to look fantastic. At least the sculpt of the second one looks better, at least from a little bit of afar, than the first one, as we talked about in pre-show. I think that one closer,
Hi, John.
examination is just not that good. I think it's a great concept piece, but the sculpts are just not there. The paint looks mediocre at best. The price is not that bad, but to Jason's point, I mean, you need to add shipping, duties and all that stuff on top of it. So it's going to probably be a pretty expensive piece for a quarter scale. But if I would put money on one of those pieces, it would be the second one. But I would like to see it finished first, obviously.
Yeah, I would second that opinion. I think the Paladin Studio, it just feels like it's a bit too frivolous or inaccurate with the sculpt. It almost feels to me like it was a smaller piece initially, which was scaled up, because a lot of the sort of I suppose materials or the way the sculpt works seems a bit exaggerated. Like the shoulders are massive, the mask is exaggerated. Yeah, I think the composition is very nice, and I think the base with the 9 Nazgul is a really cool idea. But as an execution, I'm not sold on it. So and I don't know why.
It's a very imposing piece. Like people who don't know the Lord of the Rings might see it and be like, "Wow, that looks really great." But
yeah,
if you get down to the nitty gritty, like I think there's some issues with the crown as well. So I mean, again, I think the Prime one is more accurate. And if I were to get one of them, I probably would go with the Prime one. That being said, I do like the size of it, like the vase. I feel like it might be less because it's like a standing up, like kind of like arms together type of thing, and so it might be easier to find a place to put it. I think the Prime one with that has the Nazgul. It's like tremendously huge, like wide, and I probably wouldn't get it just for that reason. But I'm not getting either of them, so it doesn't matter to me.
I just wanted to jump from that because we've got quite a bit to get through. Nat, I've got this video, Natalie, on here of what you do basically. So this is a video of what Natalie does, guys. She does custom enclosures, because this is going to segue nicely into the next custom project we're going to be talking about. So this is what that, and it's also got my enclosure that Nat's making. So yeah, so that's what Nat does. So she's got her own website, which is Enclosure. I don't know. I don't think your mic's working, Nat. Nat, do you want to say something? Because I don't think you're. Oh, that's it. I can hear you now. You might need to come a bit closer to your mic.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna look at the yeah. Can you hear
That's
me now?
better. Yeah, can hear you now. I don't know if you want to just talk through quickly what it is you do and all that, love.
Yeah, so I make custom enclosures, make furniture, obviously we've got standard sizes and custom sizes. I do the racking units, which are soon to come out as well. They're on the website soon. And then I sell and breed tarantulas as well.
And
Yeah,
with
because you,
mystery boxes.
yes, because you
the
sold some to Regan, haven't you?
Very cheap
Yeah.
pumpkin.
Natalie's mystery boxes were banging. I love Natalie's mystery boxes.
They're so good.
Oh, the boom. I had to spice
Yeah.
it up a bit. You know?
I literally go around boom ting.
I know, and it's like everyone's like keeps seeing it now, and like I keep seeing the hashtags as well, and I'm like,
That is just your hashtag now. I literally just shout it everywhere.
Yeah, everybody needs to know.
Nat, Lydia at the top's just started keeping tarantulas, so you got someone there as well now to sell spiders to, because
I've
she's
made a note
trying
of it.
not to buy any more, but
It's so addictive. I started off like 3 years ago. I started off with one. The week later, literally, I got 9. Then everyone was like, "Oh, don't get OBTs or beginner." I had to go and get some. So by the end of that month, I had like 56. Then I had to just expand shelving units and make different things into stands on. And when I was like looking into the enclosures as well, because I was more shocked when I came into the hobby about obviously people buy expensive tarantulas, and then the range for them to be housed into is very limited. And I mean, a lot of the time it's a lot of glass, and glass is cold just by touching the enclosure. It's really cold. So when people are like, "Oh, do I need to provide heat?" Maybe so with the glass enclosure, but you definitely need a polycarbonate enclosure. So I had to make something that actually stood out in the room, because I didn't like the fact that I was just buying a random glass tank and it just didn't look nice. Or I bought a collection and then I just got something, and it just didn't look right. It just didn't look okay. And then I started like getting in acrylic enclosures, and I was like, why is it changing shape? It's not right. I need to look into something as well. So that's when I discovered polycarbonate. So then that's when I then started using polycarbonate, because its properties compared to acrylic, which by far it's the best material to use for any enclosure.
well, I'm looking forward to getting my enclosure anyway. I'm getting stuck into that thing. I've got both the sand and everything. I got tripping over bloody wood. I was waiting for some driftwood off someone, but she's totally dropped me in it and not got me any.
Oh,
I can't find any.
So I've had to go and find that. In all fairness, I've got about 6 foot of wood at the top of my garden, all rotting, and I was up there getting some from the giant millipedes, and I thought I have got quite a bit up here actually that I can sort of
Down
have a look
here,
at.
everyone wants to make sea glass pictures with driftwood, so they literally go and strip the beaches at like 6 o'clock in the morning before anyone can get down there. I'm not even out of bed at 6, so don't even ask me to get up that early. It's not happening.
But yeah, I wanted to, because Natalie doing all that. I mean, one of the main sort of things I wanted to obviously bring up today is Julian's doing a huge custom project, which well, I'll let Julian tell you about it. Julian, I've got your video here, mate. So you let me know when you want me to flick the video on, mate, because obviously you can talk over it. But yeah, we'll let Julian tell you what he's up to this, because this is quite impressive.
That's great. Maybe if you want to start, so not the one with today's stuff, but the other one.
You want to put the sketch ones on, yeah?
Yeah, the sketch ones
This is what Julian's drawn, by the way. This is ace. Look at this.
So basically, we've started to work on I just started doodling a kind of what might Morgoth look like based on, I suppose, imagination, and also trying to fill in a kind of family of Sauron, the Witch King, the Mouth of Sauron, all these kind of characters that we've seen now. But we've never really seen a Morgoth, and I've never seen a Morgoth that I was particularly satisfied with. So that last image of the kind of crown with the three Silmarils was the first drawing that I did, and it actually surprised me. It was received very well, extremely positively, and I had lots of people commenting on it and really liking it as a depiction. And then out of the blue, I got a message from a brilliant sculptor who does custom statues. Most recently, he did a Bolg from The Hobbit, and he's doing a Nazgul on a horse. And we just started chatting and sort of talking about, his sculptures and my concept art. And we sort of thought, well, what if we try and do something together, and why not try something that no one's done, and that would be Morgoth. So I posted on the Facebook collectors group, and I think the response was overwhelmingly positive. And so I suppose we can now confirm that the statue will be in development in the next month. Really, it will start. Jason, if you want to put in the second video with some stuff
definitely, dude.
This is
you can put me down for one of them statues as well, dude. 100%.
Brilliant. So this is just some stuff that I've been working on over the last couple of weeks, and we're now beginning to take the concept piece by piece and starting to build a kind of library of drawings for each and every element of this. I'll talk briefly about the second one while we're looking at it. But one of the things that we really love about the Sauron statues and armor is the intricate details. So I've started developing the detail pattern of what Morgoth armor will have. And this is one of the first pattern drawings. This will be absolutely tiny, but the idea is to be something different from the very geometric and quite orderly patterns of Sauron. This is much more hellish. This is inspired by Rodin's Gates of Hell or Henry Moore's drawings of the underground during the Blitz. And so that idea of the of something that's discordant, that's something different, that's something not geometric, not ordered as Sauron's, will seep through the design of every element, and we will be doing and developing each element of the armor over the next few months, really. The hammer that you saw at the start is, we've only got really one sentence in the Silmarillion that identifies that Morgoth wielded a hammer, Grond, which is where the name of the battering ram comes from. And so if you look at the sketches, there's a recurring motif that I've been trying to incorporate, and that's the three peaks of Tangarodrim. So that will be a recurring thing that will build on every element. So you could see the top of the shield, the symmetry of the hammer, the shoulders, the detailing of the armor joints. Everything will have a language that is referring to those three peaks, which I think is quite would give it a consistency. And we're very much trying to make this a figure that would sit very, very comfortably beside a Sauron or beside a Witch King. We're not trying to make something that is totally belongs in a different kind of world, so to speak. It's the same tone. It's obviously links and nods back to John Howe and to many other illustrations of Morgoth. But I personally, I haven't seen one which I'm being particularly, invested in. That is the definitive Morgoth for me. So it's really, really exciting to be working on this. It came totally out of the blue for me. And yes, we're hoping to make between 30 and 50, and we're looking at a 1:4 scale for it. The reason for 1 to 4 rather than a 1 to 6 or a 1 to 3 is that the 1 to 6, the 1 to 4 would comfortably sit beside a 1 to 6 because we don't actually know how big Morgoth is. So if you put him beside a 1 to 6, he will look towering. If you put him beside a 1 to 4, he will still look as big or slightly bigger than Sauron, but he would still feel to scale. I think if we went to 1 to 3, the detail starts to become, I suppose, a bit. I think it starts to lose some of that quality of the detail. So 1 to 4 felt like a good medium that you could use within most collections, really. And so that's the scale, and it will be roughly about a meter tall. And the pose is as the first sketch in the first video, a kind of moving forward, approaching from Angband, coming out with the shield and the hammer, and we'll be developing the sort of the pose and everything over the coming months. But if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer.
I've got one.
Yeah.
Do members of the Hunt Chat panel get like a discount, being as we're all like here?
We'll talk about that. Yes.
Let's talk about
There
that
you go.
in private chat.
Regan, you might get a discount, you see, on your first statue. Your mic's off. Nah, Regan, your mic's off.
I said I'd happily have that one as well. It was mint. It looked so good.
Brilliant. Well, as soon as we have more details, we'll be revealing them, and we'll let everybody know how and when it'll be available for order, and we'll just keep everyone posted about it.
So, what's the realistic sort of turnaround that time on this? Because obviously, at the moment, you obviously there's a lot of work going on, but now you're at a point where sort of drawings are coming into being something actual, real.
Yeah.
So what's the likelihood of, timescale? What we're looking at, 2 years from now to actually being able to say, here's the statues in production, or don't you know at this point?
So I think the honest answer is we don't know. Now, Owner, the sculptor, is being very optimistic, and he is keen that we actually complete the sculpt within the next 3 to 4 months. But it will take at least 3 months to get it finished and at least have a prototype. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be a kind of second quarter of next year. We'll be able to show a prototype, a cast painted version of what it's going to be, and then we'll see, based on the interest, how long the production will take. But I'm imagining this is going to be at least second quarter or maybe late first quarter of 24, before we can show a sculpted, painted statue.
Do you have a vision for the base and the pose at the moment?
So the pose, Jason, I don't know if you can put in the first video again.
Yeah. So
the pose will be this one. So basically, this sketch was the overall concept of what the statue will look like. It's in terms of the base. I'm very keen that we do something simple, so it will be more like the Uman or more like the Weta pieces.
Okay.
There will be an element above the kind of standard black plinth, whether it's kind of stone or kind of volcanic ground or something, but it will be something. It will be something very simple. I think the detail of the statue will be quite significant, so I'm keen that we keep the base quite simple.
And dude, I've got to ask, being as this is about Lord of the Rings and we do tarantulas and everything else as well, and being as you've done Morgoth, you've got to be thinking about doing a piece to go with it of Ungoliant.
Well, I certainly am beginning to think about that, but we'll see what the I suppose response to this one is. And if it's a success, which we hope it is, we'll certainly be looking at other characters and other things from the Silmarillion that we can do, and just offer something that is unique and I suppose no other studio is doing. This is not based on movies, so in terms of the I suppose licensing, it's not relying on movie studios. It is a custom piece, and it is hopefully will allow us to make other characters that people are interested to see.
Yeah, the only thing I'm not worried, maybe a strong word, but if you want to pair it with other core skills, keep in mind that, for example, Sauron is on a high base.
Yes.
So you might have that, high difference to consider. I know if you do a simple Weta type base, obviously that's gonna be what, I don't know, Jace, you have it next to you, but I don't know how high it is, but it's probably 10 inches, 8 inches, that base from Sauron. And then you have some of the other pieces as well from Prime 1 are also on pretty high, tall bases. Yeah. So it's something to consider. I do like this sketch. It is something that I've never seen before. Definitely interested. I know Honor is busy. He's got quite a few other projects that he's already posted about in the groups over the last months. So curious to see how it develops. But if you get something prototyped by call it mid next year or before that, that would be, I think in my mind, that would be really good progress. And then it's all about, okay, how fast can you slot it into a production factory, right, to get it produced?
Exactly. Yeah. And to your point about the base, I think we will definitely be looking at what statues is this likely to be paired with, and how would that compare when you set it beside it. So I think all of those, Morgoth has to be more imposing than Sauron. So whatever we do, we'll make sure that he is the big bad, so to speak. Yes, we'll definitely be very keen to we'll do some mock-ups and everything to make sure he works.
Well, he will be the guy in the middle. Then you have Sauron, and then you have the Witch King next to him. So
exactly.
you gotta make sure he's not the tiny guy in the middle, and the other two are towering above him because they're on a higher base.
Exactly.
No, but I like it. I truly do. So I'm gonna follow this with high interest.
Brilliant. I like the inspiration of the other Witch King helmet design. It's sort of similar to that. I think they
did. I've got it here. Did you see the? Hang on.
He has it.
Did you see? I've got it here.
There it is.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. Very like a kind of tall type of thing with spice on the top.
Do you know what I saw when I saw that? I saw the Judderman off the advert. Do you remember the Judderman off the bloody schnapps?
Yes.
He had that sticky up hair, didn't he? I always see crazy, and I can't unsee it, but I do. This is actually one of the best, I think, Weta helms they've done. I absolutely love it. I know it's only a concept, but I think it's absolutely fab and very Morgoth.
It is. I really like that design. I've got it here as well. It actually is. If you look at, let me see if I can point it right. If you see this print above my head, that's the John Howe Fingolfin's challenge, and I suppose that's from the early '90s, from the History of Middle Earth books, and that's one of the covers, and that's kind of one of the first John Howe Morgoth illustrations, and that has that spiked helmet. And then if you look at the middle one, the Dark Tower, which Eim Studios are doing, it's the same kind of spiked, regular spiked helm. I think that's where Weta got the alternative Witch King helm from. And so it's certainly something that I've looked at, and I'm trying to keep as I said, I'd like the idea that they're a family, that they feel related, and you can put in that alternative Witch King crown and the Sauron crown and the helm of Morgoth whenever we finish it, and they feel like in some ways a regression, where the Morgoth crown is the most I suppose imposing and ornate and kind of the most imposing and magnificent in some sense. And then as it progresses, Sauron's crown becomes more broken up, and then the Witch King crown becomes like a mask, or this one is more jagged. Whereas I think this is going to be, we're trying to make it almost like a mask, like the Man in the Iron Mask sort of thing. We're certainly looking at that John Howe piece, and want to make sure that it feels within the same world.
For those of you who don't know, maybe Morgoth is Sauron's boss. So essentially,
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were.
the big
I
bad
can't
to the
remember.
big
We were on a live stream once, and we were chatting about this, and somebody was on about Gandalf and the Balrog and fighting each other, and I said, well, they are actually the same thing. They're both miles. It's, and they were really. I was, yeah, they're exactly the same thing. There's a whole load of stuff that happens before Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And on the subject of Lord of the Rings, and on the subject of Lord of the Rings and tarantulas, actually, I'm going to throw the spotlight on Lydia a bit here, because Lydia actually does like crocheting and stuff like that, and she's doing. Well, she's looking at doing some Lord of the Rings stuff, but also today she sent me some patterns of tarantulas. People, these like you can actually make tarantulas as well. So yeah, you're going to hopefully be doing some of that, aren't you, Lyd?
Hopefully. I've got a plan for like the hand of Saruman. Hand of
Yeah, the
Sauron.
white hand.
Yeah. Hopefully it's going to be a hat, but we will see. It could not work. But there's some amazing tarantulas out there that have been crocheted. And I sent Jason some photos today, and you come across it, and I was like, it looks like an actual tarantula.
The agenic looked brilliant, didn't it? But I thought if you could get good at that, people could literally, if they've got a tarantula they want, a species they wanted, you'd be able to do that from, wouldn't you?
Let me see.
People go mad for them.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's so cool. I definitely have a customer here.
Yeah. But I'm gonna try a few different things and see what works.
You said that was crochet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That looked real.
I know, it's crazy.
It's like a spider. Picture of a spider.
I'd be tempted to make one for my mum, because she's like, every time she comes over, she's like, don't open the tanks. Like, it's fine. They'll stay in.
Yes, we've got all manner of art here. You've got Julie with his drawing, you, Ryan, with your digital brilliance. Anyone that's not seen Ryan's channel, they're going to have a look. I think when we first met about 2 years ago, I said that your stuff was like professional level, wasn't it? And it's Ryan's videos are just mega digital.
I try, but I've really been more lately leaning into doing as much 3D printing as I can. The realization of having spent however godly amount of money I've spent on Lord of the Rings collectibles, the idea that I can find a model, I can make it myself, save some money, like why not? Like,
well, this is the thing. It was quite interesting because I saw something about. I was on a live stream and somebody had 3D printed some of the spacecraft from the original Star Wars trilogy, and they got a mate who was painting them. And you see Julian now doing these custom statues and people doing 3D printing and getting them painted. And I was going to do a video on it, but I think I just lost interest in doing the video. But it makes me wonder now, with shipping fees and import fees the way they are, and I mean now talking to that people who can pick up things and actually personalize them for you, and you're not going to worry about immense shipping fees and stuff like that. The future of actual statue manufacturing, I think, is on very rocky ground now, because with all this technology and people wanting to do their own thing and wanting,
you can pick up a really high quality like 8K printer now for like $300, and I mean, then it's just a matter of buying a bottle of resins, like I don't know, $25, maybe sometimes less. So I mean, you can really save a lot of money. One of the one of the big things that I have over the last, I guess, few weeks come to realize is sort of a big negative of 3D printing is when you buy something online, you get a box. You get a nice styrofoam box that you can just put it in. If you make it yourself, good luck. Good luck figuring out a way to wrap it up and put it in something that you can ship with you in case you're moving, or a lot of people who I think get into making statues or maybe have opinions on companies that make them don't also realize what it actually takes to be able to not only design a statue but be able to separate it out into different parts that you can then put inside of a box, in a styrofoam box, and then design the styrofoam box to hold those parts and be cushioned and make it across the world. Like that in itself is a whole other aspect of modeling and making of statues that I don't think a lot of people really think about how much effort it takes, and it does take a lot. Like,
But yeah, I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind paying for that. I mean, I never have done. What I mind paying for now is being quoted £600 to ship something. Then when it comes to the time, it's £900. Then I'm getting charged £500 of fucking import fee when it gets here. And the most annoying thing is when you tell people about this online, especially here in the UK, you've got people saying, "Oh no, it's 20%." Well, no, it's not 20% because I've just paid it. I've just paid. You've not paid it. I have. It's way over 20% now. The landed fees here in the UK, way over 20%, and it's all additional costs, and that's money you could be spending on something else. I mean, it's like now I've bought a ridiculous number of transfers for that just because I'm a shopaholic. If I'm not buying spiders, I'm buying clothes or something like that. I just have to spend money. But I don't like being told it's going to cost me this much, and then it gets here, and then they're adding money and adding money and adding money to. I mean, the game I've had with UPS because they've been highlighted as overcharging here in the UK, and other people have had the same. I mean, that alien big chap, I paid £565, right, import fee on that for something that cost £1,100. Well, anyone can work out that £555 is not 20% of £1,100. Somebody else who was in touch with me, they got charged even more. They got charged 600 and something. And then somebody messaged me the other day, exactly the same piece from Prime One to the UK, came by DHL, £310.
That's crazy.
Over £200 difference.
I will not buy from places. This is in general. If there's not free postage and packaging, like I will get it from somewhere else. So the fact that you guys are paying hundreds of pounds and you having to factor that into the cost of what you're buying, and I'm a spendaholic. Like, and I couldn't even justify that. Like, yes, I know you love your stuff, but my God, like, that's great. You're all crazy.
Yeah, but people look at us keeping spiders as crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but think how many spiders you could buy.
Yeah, but that's exactly the reason why I literally canceled 5 pre-orders directly at Prime One, just for the fact that when you PO, the shipping cost looked reasonable. 6-12 months later, check your account, they updated their website. Oh my God, shipping cost has doubled or tripled in some instances. Yeah, and now I'm like, yeah, and for what? I don't know. Obviously, shipping costs have gone up. I get that.
It's still COVID.
Yeah, it's still COVID. Exactly.
COVID for the next 10 years has affected shipping costs forever somehow.
Right. It still does apparently because they're still going up, and so I canceled them all. Took the NRDs, which is the non-response, refundable deposits, and I just went to U.S. retailers. Now I know I will be waiting 3+ years to get these pieces in. Don't get me wrong. That is the problem with going retail. You're going to wait a damn long time to get your pieces. But hey, ultimately, it will be a lot cheaper than going direct. And I'm not doing it with Weta Eater anymore. I'm not buying direct Weta Eater.
I was going to say, Weta have gone expensive now, haven't they? Especially in America. Their shipping's gone up, hasn't it?
I just last week I was gonna order. They had a sale going on. I actually don't know if it was last week, week before, but I wanted to get just 2 towels, just 2 towels that had a print on them. They were like with the sale they had going on. It was about $10 each. The shipping $70.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
What sale is this? And then this week, where they had a different sale, I actually bought some of my first ever mini epics, and I got 8 of them, and it was $30 to ship those. It's like,
Wow.
It's
what?
insane.
Yeah, it's weird.
2 towels cost $70, and then a box like that's this big was $30. I don't understand it.
But I think this is the thing when we're all here talking about this, and I know there's people in the chat because I know them personally who don't do anything that any of us are here talking about, and this is the thing that I wanted to sort of do with my live streams is bring loads of people together who aren't necessarily into the same thing, but we all do things that just don't make any sense to other people that don't do them. I mean, we can talk about statues, we can talk about tarantulas, and the money that we all spend on them, most people would think we're mad doing it. Period. It's that obsession that sort of drives us, isn't it? I mean, you've
It is
got
a
Natalie there
luxury.
with thousands of spiders, and we're all, you talk about the money we spend on statues. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? We're all a bit odd, really.
Yes.
Yes, very, very, very true. There are
But if
many
that money
people
was,
who have
for me, if
an
that money
entire
was sat in the
collection.
bank, just
Yeah,
me, if
but
that money was
there's
just sat in the bank doing nothing, I'd be like, well, what's interesting about looking at a number?
Exactly.
Yeah, but I think you said it as well at some point. I don't smoke, I don't drink a lot. I do drink a little bit, but not a lot. And I don't spend money on other hobbies, right? I do have other hobbies, but not nearly as enough. So this is my hobby. This is where I spend my money on. I feel good about it, but at the same time, now that we've reached the point that these shipping costs for us in the US is mostly shipping costs. For you guys, is even worse with the duties and taxes on top of it. And by God, actually, for people in Australia or in New Zealand or in Asia, it's also crazy in terms of shipping costs. I mean, it gets to a point that it's not fun anymore, right? And you have to make decisions. It's like, all right, do I really want to spend this money, 2,000, whatever it is, on a statue plus another 1,000 on shipping or whatever it is, right? Or do I decide to not do it? And I think I've told Jason before, I'm getting a lot more selective. In the past, I just bought everything left, right, and center that came out from Weta. Prime One doesn't matter. But now, I can't. I don't have the space anymore. But B, you literally can't because it's just way too much money if you factor in all
If
the costs.
anyone in
And then,
chat, by the way, has got any questions for the people on the panel, please stick them on there and I'll highlight them. Sorry, Dennis, I didn't mean to.
yeah, no worries. And then I don't think we've talked yet about this, but then there's the damn boxes. I mean, Ryan, I love that you get boxes, but man, oh man, storing those boxes is not a fun thing to do either. Where are you gonna? I mean, and I'm too bad Jacob's not here. I mean, I always make fun of him in private. It's like, I mean, the guy has like a barn, and with his and then he stores it at his parents, and he's got a barn. He's got plenty of space. Man, my attic is running over. I have no more space for my boxes. Yeah, yeah. There you go.
Oh my God.
That's like just this one room. I've got
Yeah.
2 other rooms that I've got stuff in. So yeah.
Exactly. Then you have to do storage lockers, and then rent that, pay rent to store your boxes for your statues. I mean, at some point it becomes really crazy.
I think that's where I've drawn the line. If I can't find a place to display it, or I can't find the place to actually keep the boxes, I'm certainly not paying for a storage unit to hold empty boxes. I think maybe, I suppose what's interesting is the ability to start selling some stuff that you just go, I've really enjoyed having this, but I now need the space and I can let it go. Somebody else will enjoy it and I can replace it with something else. And then I suppose trim down the collection to a point where everything that's left is kind of, you can't really sell anymore. Well, you don't want to. But I think to the point about whether to buy, whether it's tarantulas and enclosures and statues and books and whatever it is, I think to Jason's point, I think surrounding yourselves with things that you enjoy and that bring you happiness, and you're pleased to come in, you're at home and be surrounded by things that are meaningful to you. I think we all can relate to that. And how much better is that than having a number in your bank account that you never know what will happen with you tomorrow. and you may have just spent it on nothing.
I've told Erin, my daughter, I said, look, mate, when I go, the house is yours. There ain't gonna be much else. There's the house full of spiders and shit, and there ain't gonna be anything in the bank for you. I have every intention of spending every last bit of that. I've just got to get the timing right. That's the issue.
Yeah, well, my wife would definitely probably enjoy more the figure in the bank than the statues in my house. That's a different discussion. But no, and I told her it's all yours, and I'm gone. You can sell it. Good luck selling it. Actually, in this market, good luck
I
selling
can say
anything at the
something
moment.
about Dan's question here about selling things secondhand. It's a lot easier to sell tarantulas secondhand than it is to sell statues secondhand because there's always people wanting to buy tarantulas off you. That's very easy.
Yeah, Dan. I mean, asked this question 18 months ago, 12 months ago. Actually, the second-hand market was really strong. You could sell statues, Lord of the Rings statues, pretty quickly. If you are reasonable, because if you're not unreasonable, it will sit. But if you're unreasonable on the prices, but if you're reasonable prices, it will sell. Nowadays, though, the market has crashed completely for various reasons. I think it's the market gets flooded, obviously, with all these studios. They're bringing out new pieces. Prices are going up significantly. People have less money to spend, honestly, on it. B, you have no space. You're running out of space. So to Julian's point, I need to sell a little bit of your collection that you've enjoyed, but it's time to move on and make space for new ones, or you have no space to display. And then what kind of a collector are you? I'm with Julian. If I can't display it, I'm not going to store it for 12 months, 24 months, and then hope that I buy a new house and display it there, so I'll stop. And yeah, go ahead, Jason.
I think this question here we did have it on the last live stream, but I think it's worth covering again because it involves the girls as well. And I know the girls are all quite certainly Regan, and I know Lynn was having a good look, and Lydia as well about having a statue, and I think Nat would like to have one as well. And we've got a man now who can make statues. What famous spider would you have as a statue? And I think I mean, for me, it would be I'd like Ungolden actually. If you're going to do, I'd like to have Ungolden. Aragog.
Yeah, I was going to say
Charlotte.
Aragog or Shelob. But...
Charlotte. Yes, somebody said Charlotte last time too.
Yeah.
I mean, what other famous spider? Maybe like there's a spider in James and the Giant Peach, I think.
Well, having got these giant orb webs now, have you seen Coraline? Because the spider in that case.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be sick, wouldn't it?
My daughter loves. I bought for her 18th birthday. I managed to get hold of an original Coraline the actual original movie poster, and we all chipped in and had it all professionally framed for because it's my daughter's favourite film. But that's very orb web. I mean, that's the real proper sinister spider, isn't it? The orb web with the knuckles on the.
Or what is it? Aragog from Harry Potter.
Yeah,
that's one Regan said. Yeah. I
still want a good. I know it's not bad. I don't have it actually, but Shelob is not. I still would like a very good depiction of Shelob and Sam, preferably done. I'm not sure if it ever will be done, but I would like that. If that's a project that somebody will take on, I'll be definitely following that.
I've seen a few dioramas like that on the internet. People who've made them, but yeah, to me, like, just because I have arachnophobia, if I were to get a spider statue, it would have to be like unrealistic, like, or big enough that like I would say, oh, that's not real. Just I there are a few Weta ones of Shelob, and it's not for me.
But I didn't really like spiders before we got tarantulas in July. I was like, even house spiders now, I'm like, if I don't know where they are, I don't want them there. But with tarantulas, I know where they all are. You have to go and see them every day.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Having tarantulas got my son, who was completely like arachnophobic to the point that he would like freeze and like have tears in his eyes. And now he like the other week we got like a household one of them the big household spiders that we've been getting. He was letting it crawl all up his arm the other day. He's got so used to having them around that he's just, but I've cured him. That's what this is, therapy.
No,
I was
thank you.
sat here the other night and I was in my own little world, and my 9-year-old said, "Oh, we've got a house spider." And my husband turned around and went, "What is that? That's not a house spider." And as I looked up, it was one of my babies, my baby Balfouris. And I just stood up and I went, "That's not a native."
Every
That's one
single
of my-
time I find a spider loose, like just a spider in my house now, I'm like, I put it in a jar to make sure that it's not one of my tarantulas that's got
There's
out.
about 14 escaped in my house. I've got about 14 gone.
Goodness.
Oh,
So that's
burn
when
it.
Anton said in the chat, and you highlighted it saying there's a spider on my sofa, I had to look, because if there was, I would have to just and put it back.
Yeah, not only that, but the crickets and the locusts and all that shit that gets as well.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I only keep dubias and Morio worms. I don't keep crickets. They're so noisy.
No, my parents stayed and they were like, "There's another one. There's something crawling somewhere."
I can remember I was literally sat here. This was back when I was keeping, and I kept Panther which was South American. So these are big tarantulas, and I was breeding pizza size, and I actually got the video footage. Some people who were might remember. And the male, after he paired with the female, and this was a 10-inch leg span male, ran across. You could hear the hooks on his feet catching the carpet as he scarpered. Now my daughter was. I didn't have a sofa, I had a chair there. She was sat there on her laptop doing her homework, and this male pizza ran across the carpet. He did scratch, and it ran over her foot. She didn't flinch. She just carried on because she'd been around tarantulas since she was 3 years old. She didn't. I had to go ferreting in the corner trying to find this male pizza. And but if a cricket hopped out of the tub, she'd leg it. She'd be gone. Get that cricket out of there! She couldn't stop. That was like a 10-inch tarantula, which most people would pay. She didn't even look up from the laptop.
If a cockroach touches me, I'm screaming. I'm telling you now, if a cockroach has escaped and it crawls over me, I will get up and I will scream and I will leave the room.
Oh, I love the roaches. They're cute.
They stick to you. They're disgusting. They don't get off. Like,
In
get
Florida,
up.
we have them that fly. Ugh. The only thing scarier to me are like centipedes and millipedes. That's just way too many legs.
Oh, I like millipedes. I like.
Do you guys have those as well?
Yeah, I've got
centipedes. Yeah. I think I showed one, didn't I? Last time.
Yes, you did. Yes, you
Yeah.
did. Still have nightmares.
I showed a Scolopendra Sahani.
We've thought about millipedes, but yeah, my youngest loves mantises, so we've got one, and he's like, "When it dies, can we get another one?"
We have mantis, we have millipedes, we have scorpions, we have spiders.
He's after some axolotl as well, which I'm like, we'll see.
I'm scared of hermit crabs.
Oh my
Hermit
god!
crabs.
Look, there you go. Look at Regan's.
No! Look at that.
I mean,
on,
if
Regan,
it's
I'm
in a
gonna
ball, it's kind of like a roly poly. I
To me,
can
they
deal with
look
those.
like little poops.
Yeah.
Hang on, Regan.
Looks like one of my dogs just took a turd on the floor.
Yeah, they do. They just look like poops, like these toy ones.
There you go.
That's okay. I can deal with that. But if it moves, then no.
It will move at some point.
Yeah, it just gets upset if you handle it too much.
So is that asleep, I guess, or no?
No, that's just hiding because it didn't want to be touched. Oh well.
They're quite quick, Ryan. They're quite quick when they start like going.
I do find
I can't remember who told me.
the waves through their legs. That's really cool. But beyond
Somebody
that,
told me once that their giant millipedes, centipedes, sorry, there's a giant centipede that escaped. I think this was back when I was keeping before, because it's the one invert I won't keep. And if you got out, and it was a full grown one, it was a good sort of foot long, and they got a really nasty bite, and they only found it. It had been gone. I don't know how. I can't remember how long it had been gone for. They only found it because the wife noticed that the pile of laundry in the kitchen was moving on its own, and it was in there.
Oh my god! God, no
So
way.
it was like
No,
you do get
if I got another one, I would have to have a custom aquaria, a centipede tank. It's double lidded. So Scott showed one on his channel, and I just loved it. It was a tank.
Scott's in the chat actually.
Yeah, and the centipede goes in it. And correct me if I'm wrong, Scott, but there's a lid, and then there's another lid, so you can chuck the food in, close that lid, and then open that lid, and then it drops down into the centipede. So it's like bubble safe. I'm pretty sure that's how it is. But that's the only way I would have another centipede in this house, with the double lid, because I had it in a bra plast tub, like an ice cream tub, like the big tall 5-litre ice cream tubs. Mm-hmm. And I was just petrified that it was going to push the lid off. So I had a tank on top of the tub, just to like lock it down.
Yeah. Some pictures of the tank, because that gave me some ideas. I've not seen that one that you're on about, and if you can send me a picture of that one, I'm going to see what I can do, because I might create something for me.
I don't have a picture of it, Nat, but I think Scott could take one. He's got one.
Scott, send me a picture of it, Scott, and then I can come up with. I'm going to come up with a design for it.
Oh, you still have to remove both lids to water it. That's how you see my ass twitch.
And you see, guys, you've been on about your empty boxes before. We have to worry about things getting out of boxes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. That's when you see us all like feel a little bit twitchy.
I was actually feeding mine a few weeks ago. I took a photograph. You're on my Facebook page. You'd have seen the photograph. And I literally was just moving some of the enclosures, and the baby tarantula ran out. And I was like, oh shit. So I managed to catch it, no problem. But I was like, I've now got to go through every single one of these enclosures, because I don't know which one it's come out of. So so I was after, because they were all bloody dark colourform half packs. All of them. I think there's about 15 down there. So I had to go through every single one looking for them. And these things web like shit as well, and they make a tunnel. So I was having to go. Luckily, I found one of the enclosures. I'd actually made the hole in it a little bit big, and I thought, I bet you've crawled through that hole, haven't you? So yeah, that was a fun afternoon doing that.
Oh, I'm lucky. The ones that have escaped here are all Balf, so I just know that I can shove them all together. I don't have to look for where it's come from. I just shove them all.
But I have noticed when they get out, because I've had two get out, and I've caught both of them. They don't seem to go far from their enclosure. It's almost like they want to go back home, but they don't know how they got out.
Well, I was given one of my local friends, brought over a load of spiders here that I needed to package up for him and then send off to their new homes. And I had this tub, this tarantula room enclosure, and I put it inside a bigger one, and I took off the lid, and there was nothing in there. It had gone. And it was an adult female tarantula, 10 to 11 centimeter leg span, HMAC. It was, yeah. So we still don't know if the HMAC is in my house or in his house or in his car from when he was bringing it over. So I'm still hunting.
Never found it.
No, because the more I move stuff around, Scott said to me that they like run and hide. So each time you do something, they'll just keep moving around and hiding. So I've just like, don't touch anything. Hopefully it'll come out and start hunting, and then I can cup it if I'm quick enough.
How long ago was this?
About 2 weeks ago, maybe.
Oh, no,
my
no,
God,
no.
I'd be terrified of
No,
falling
no.
asleep at night and feeling something tickling
The
my
thing
toes.
is, it's not going to do anything to you if you're not threatening. And if I'm just going about my business, I'm not threatening it by disturbing wherever it's made a web. So if it starts moving around, then I can try and catch up it.
I sometimes wonder, like, I saw the movie, I think, Arachnophobia. I was like 5. Had I not seen that, had I not had the impression that spiders are coming after me, I might have a better dealing with them. But, and then also, like, I had like a mother who would ball up a little black piece of string and like chase me around the house when I was a little kid. That probably didn't help. But That I feel like a lot of it, if I had not seen other people being scared of them, maybe it wouldn't have been so bad. But
Dude, I
it's
feel sorry for them.
ingrained
Like I said
in me at this point.
I feel a bit sorry for them. Like I said on my last live stream, my mum bought me a clown's head when I was a kid. A clown's head.
That's hideous.
Those are
I don't like
scary.
clowns either, so I'm there with you on that.
Yeah, well, clowns are
Even
creepy
Ronald
enough, ain't they?
McDonald is creepy to me. Of course, that's probably for other
Right.
reasons. Too.
We'll get back to this shortly. I just want to quickly do the results of the Summer Red giveaway that I did. Now, I'm just going to play a video first. Just it's very short, but it's got the results on it. Now, I filmed this straight after I filmed the giveaway video, literally straight after. So there could be no question that the number is the number and that I've not altered it to fit an answer or someone's answer. So there could be no sign of any favoritism. So just like this, it's only a minute. It's only a minute long, this video, and then I'll explain what's happening with the winners afterwards. So just bear with me, guys.
You just said
Here we go.
arachnophobia.
Oh, there's your thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's got a wolf spider on it. Oh, I can't remember what Jeremy said now. There's a lividus, and then
It was the one in the toilet that always got me.
Then this one here is a true. These two are true spiders. Oh my god, I'm like a weather woman. I can't do it. Backwards.
Yeah, I had to turn my
Over
camera
in the
off
east.
the other- I had to
But yeah, this is a true spider, and then she's put a true spider up here too. It's so good. But
Oh my
this
god,
is
you'll
gonna
have
go-
to send me the details of where you got that from because I love it.
This is going to go and join the human centipede and Silence of the Lambs.
So cool.
I do love
Right,
it.
okay, I'm just going to play this video quickly and then I'll just reveal who the winners are of the Saba Red, the two Saba
Hi there,
Reds.
guys. Sorry if you can hear. I've just nipped out there and put the kettle on. I'm gagging for a brew. Oh, I tell you what, don't know why I was so nervous. I was mega nervous doing that giveaway video. Anyway, listen, I'm recording this straight away afterwards, so there could be no question that I've jiggled the answer or anything else, because as of right now, I haven't even edited the video, the giveaway video. It isn't even on. You can see they have not moved. It is Wednesday the 18th. I don't know if that's coming out. I'm not recording this at a later date. I'm merely here to tell you what the answer is. So I'm giving you the answer here now, right after I've just done the giveaway video. The actual answer of tarantulas here today, the actual number is 198, just shy of 200. I will put my list up. I've took a screenshot of my list. So I will put it up so you can have a look for yourself and see what I've got and how much I've got of everything. And you can total it all up yourself and you will see. And trust me, I have counted it 3 times to make sure I was right. I don't know what that is. So I've had to just put freebie because I don't know what that is. I have messaged David to ask him and say thank you. You know, to all of you who entered, thank you ever so much. Congratulations to the 2 winners. I have no idea who that is at the moment. I've not even edited the giveaway video yet. But yes. Anyway, I'm waffling. The answer is 198. That's how many tarantulas are here right now in my collection. So,
Okay, so yeah, 198. Now, it's quite good because the winner is actually in the panel. And Lydia, I don't know how you did it because I've actually bought tarantulas that I've told no one I've even got because I thought I'll throw everyone. But Lydia, and I did do a video of this, but I had to crop it all down. So Lydia actually got 199. So Lydia was one off. Now Lydia has very graciously, because she's new to keeping tarantulas, has said that she's not going to take
I need a different one.
So I'm going to sort Lydia out with some different spiders and different price. So I think that's very, very gracious of you to do that and to not take the prize because they are quite an experienced species. So thank you ever so much. But you are the official winner. If you got one off. So the 2 Sapphire Reds are still up for grabs. Now, the next closest was 2 off, which was Sidex Official with 200. I hope that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So Sidex Official, you've won one of the Saba Reds, so you need to message me on Facebook, mate, with your address, and I'll get that.
Well done.
Sorry?
Congratulations.
Oh, sorry. Congratulations. Yeah, sorry. And then in the next winner with 194 was 2 Meter Peter, who also needs to message me your address, and I will get those sent out to you this
Very
coming
lovely.
week. So everybody who's got YouTube and that on, if you don't know, like Scott, Ling, all them, I've all got me on their Facebook page, so you can get hold of me through that. Message me, send me your address, please, and I will get those 2 Saba Reds sent out to you. Ling, how the hell were you so far off? You even sent me your working out and calculations, and I was there looking at it, and I thought, well, I can't say anything, but you're missing 30 at least.
I don't know if you remember, but I'm studying, and I'm doing accountancy, plus I'm an accountant, and I just did so much calculating that day that I literally looked at the numbers and I was just like, okay. Here we go. And
you know what I was thinking when Lydia messaged me that day, and she said, "Oh, I don't think I'm going to enter, but this is what I'm thinking." And I was like, "I know you've been keeping a close eye, Lynn." And
well, it's only when you did the Balfouri thing.
You're both on the panel and you both win. How much of a setup have I got? People are going to think, "Oh, you bastard! You set that up from day one."
I was really far off, but that was because I just couldn't. My brain just wasn't comprehending anything that I was doing at all that day. And I thought, I've got to get my answer in because it's going to close in a minute.
Anyway, well done to the 2 people who won. I will be doing more giveaways. I'm doing one later on. I'm dreading doing this. I don't know why. It felt like such a good idea at the time, but it really isn't now. But I'll be doing that shortly. I want to get it out of the way with. But I will be doing some more, and I'm going to do one in the future. But I need to get my daughter in because I'm going to need some help doing it. That will just be a live stream just for doing that. So there will be more in the future. But commiserations to those of you who lost. But you have got a chance to win a spider. If you win this giveaway, you can have a spider if you want. But if you're into Lord of the Rings, then you can have that weta piece. So I'm going to do this now. I'm going to feel such a twat doing this, but I've got nothing else lined up. Now I need 2 volunteers from the panel. I need someone with a stopwatch that they can hold the stopwatch up to the screen, and I need someone who can see the comment section, who can be a judge.
I can do a stopwatch if you want.
Okay, who's going to be the judge?
I can see the comments.
Right, you're the judge, Ryan. That's it. So, okay. Right, this is going to be boring. I'm going to turn my mic off in a minute.
Oh, he's set himself up now, Ryan.
I am big. No, you guys haven't got to worry. You haven't got to worry. It's me. One of the things I love watching on YouTube is I love watching these food challenges. I'm kind of obsessed with them.
Yeah,
my mates at work got me watching Beard Eats Food or whatever it is. And the people that do this train massively. They're like hugely into training. You know, they haven't got an ounce of fat on them. So I thought, what a good idea that would be for a challenge. It's a little bit more fun, and people. So yeah, I'm going to do it. So what I'm going to do is I've got this huge donut, and I'm going to eat it as fast as I can. So all you've got to do in the chat is guess how long you think it'll take me to eat that. And Regan is going to time it, and Ryan will be the judge. So Ryan, all you need to do is look at who in the comments section guesses the closest. You need to put it in the comments now, guys, because I'm going to be doing this in a minute. So how long do you think it will take me to eat that? And whoever wins, if you want a tarantula, you can have a tarantula. If you want the weta thingamajig, the weta King of the Dead, you can have that. You just let me know.
Is this going to be like the American quick eating comp, or is this?
Yeah, I'm going to eat it as quick as I can. And look, it's filled with toffee as well. And I told them not to. And that's going to get all. I'm going to look like someone that's been in one of those.
See how big you can make your mouth.
you can't enter. You can't enter. I'm going to look like I've been in one of those like really ropey pornos by the time I've finished eating this. You know, the ones where you feel a bit ashamed of yourself afterwards. Yeah, so crikey, someone said 11 seconds. They've got a lot of faith. 9 seconds, wow. So what we do?
Just one donut, come on.
Sorry?
One donut. You can
Yeah,
fit
but look
that
at the size of it. Look at the size of it.
Crush it, like jam
That's a
it.
big
in.
Yeah.
plate, or?
Wait,
I'm going to get in a big enough mess doing this. I hope you realise it. In the future, the challenge is I'm going to be getting hold of some of you to join in. So I'm just
hold
doing
it
this.
up.
You forgot the donuts though.
It's filled though. It's filled, so it'll take him a little bit. Otherwise, he gets all.
Yeah, and I can't digest bread very well. I can't digest bread at all. But dough gives me like a really bad stomach, so I'm going to be suffering.
I feel bad for you that you have to eat a filled donut right now. It's such
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel such a tit living it. Right, okay. I'm gonna. Has everybody in the chat had a go? We've got a lot of. So I'm gonna put an end. So Ryan, I'm putting end now. So it's everything. I've literally got donut all over me on the pad. Right. So that's it. So that's the end. All right, Ryan. So it's all the comments above that. You're all going to have to talk about something quickly while I do this because I'm turning my mic off and it's bad enough having you all watch me eat, let alone you all sat there.
We need to hear it like the mukbang
Wouldn't
videos.
hear it.
No, it'd be awful.
ASMR Haunts of the Collector.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Are you ready with the stopwatch then?
Yeah.
Right, you're going to have to do the ready.
Put your
Right, well,
hand
Ryan will
on
do the
the-
ready, steady, go. Ryan will do the ready, steady, go. And then when Ryan says go, you start and I'll start eating.
Yeah, but put your
But,
hand on something when you're done.
yeah, I'm turning my mic off.
Well, no,
Okay.
you just open his mouth like I'm a celeb.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ready, steady, go.
Oh, you're eating it like a posh person.
It's a
Come
tiny
on,
bite.
get it in your gob.
That's gonna take like 2 minutes.
Jam it in your face.
That way.
I would have completely folded it and shoved it.
That would have been gone.
And he's
The trick
drinking
is
with
to have a
it.
cup
It's
of
like,
water
come on.
next to you.
This is not like a hot dog competition. This is I don't know what this is, but this is very slow.
This is an afternoon tea competition.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh god.
somebody said. I think somebody said 140 seconds. That's probably going to be it. 2 minutes. 2 minutes 20 seconds.
You're gonna have to work extra hard on the bike. Now,
Yeah.
man.
It's going to be 1,000 calories.
I'm gonna have to go get some
yeah,
donuts now myself.
okay, he's done.
But that's
almost.
like a long coffee break.
Yeah. Somebody doesn't want to go back to work. It's like
Take a bite, take a drink. Take a bite, take a drink.
he's not done yet.
how you do
Not
it.
done yet.
Oh,
Oh,
he's
he
still
still
got the whole thing now.
I thought he was
that
done.
last
Shit,
bite.
he still has half the thing. Come
I thought
on.
that was the last bite.
Well, this is making it a lot easier to judge. Just got to look for all the high numbers now.
Yeah, somebody exactly. Definitely 2 minutes.
Makes
Plus.
it easier for
think
the
I
next
could beat
person who
you.
does it.
You have very nice table etiquette there.
Now I'm thinking he's doing it on purpose.
Me and Regan would have just smashed it.
Wow.
Well, let me just say this: he's definitely not American. That's a fact.
2 bites if you're American.
2 bites, it was gone.
Someone that goes to the gym every
Done.
donuts every day. Oh, where's the camera? There.
2
Here.
minutes 9 seconds.
The guy with 140 seconds.
So, Ryan, you're the judge, so you're going to find out who's the closest to that.
So it's what?
Yeah, there was
129?
140 seconds
Yeah.
listed.
There was
That
one.
seems to be the only one that was kind of close.
Oh,
So
man,
yeah,
that is
Shaza
absolutely-
Yorkshire teas.
Sorry?
Shaza Yorkshire teas.
Oh,
Yeah,
congratulations, Shaz. Oh, she was actually her birthday the day I did the song. Oh, so Shaz, if you message me your address, I'll get a transfer sent out to you. So, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
Well done.
Welcome.
I've never seen anyone do a food contest that posh.
I said I watch them. I didn't say I do them. That's the first time I've ever rammed one of them down me, man. You want to have a go at one of them bloody things? They're huge.
Gone.
Yeah, that one comment, beard meets food doesn't need to retire just yet.
No, definitely not.
There's a video
But-
with like two Chinese people.
I just thought, do you know what? For a giveaway, it'd be a good idea because I thought no one else has done it.
Hey, why not? It makes it more interesting, right? We all just had a nice laugh, right? So
Yeah, just wait till the next one because I'll do something similar every time. I'll have to get some of you guys involved in the next one. I'll tell you what we'll do next time. Everyone that's on, we all have to buy a jam donut or a jelly donut if you're American, and we'll all have a race see who finishes first.
Okay.
Okay.
there's a donut shop down the road that they're like this big, they're like a hamburger size.
We need to agree on the diameter. Yes, that's
But they're all going to be different sizes because they don't have a Tesco's.
No, exactly. The UK ones will be this big, and the American ones will be this big.
Really, they are.
There's a video that I watched of a man and a woman, Asian man and a woman with candy floss on sticks, and they had an eating contest, and he was eating it like this, and she just pulled it off and just rammed it, and it was gone.
I'm with Jace though. Like I would have rather like enjoyed the donut than just like scarf it down and not. Like if you're gonna have the calories, then enjoy the calories. Right?
At no point did I say I'm good at eating donuts.
No, he did
I
say.
just thought.
It was still pretty quick, you know.
I just thought, you know what? It would just be something a bit fun because in the future I'll do other ones and do something different. So I've got to think of different things to do. But I might message if I know you're going to be on the panel in the future. I might message and say, look, I've got an idea for a giveaway and it's going to be this. Are you happy to do this or do this or, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's a good way. It's a good way of checking how much. And some of you I know have got like really good sense of humor, but it's how far you can push someone's sense of humor. And that's what I'd like to find out on this channel, on these live streams. So, but congratulations.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I am kind of glad that wasn't a custard one though, because that would have been quite messy. You did really well though; nothing dripped out.
No, and I didn't get it all over my face. I was quite pleased because I
honestly,
I think I was more conscious of not wanting to look like I've just been doing something else entirely, which wouldn't be strange on the internet, would it? But
no, at some point I thought you were going to get a knife and fork and eat it like that.
But yeah, we had a question before. Yes, definitely, Dan. Definitely. Well, I'm going to the gym in the morning. Dan actually asked the question before about whereabouts in the world would you go to see spiders. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean spiders. I mean, it's a good question anyway. Whereabouts would you like to go in the world, and for what reason, guys? Where and why?
China and see if I can find the Cyclocosmia ricketae, which is the Chinese hourglass spider or the Oreo butt. And then I would also want to go, so that's a former tarantula trapdoor. And then I would want to go to Florida and then go and look in all of the palms for red widows. Because
Ryan's in Florida.
So they live in the base of the palms, and that's pretty cool, but they're quite rare to find. Finding a red widow. Have you ever seen one? Who's in Florida?
The Chinese hourglass spider similar to like the black widow that has the hourglass looking thing on it?
I'll show you. Oreo butts.
What about you, Kai? We're not. Poor Kai's been sat up there. Whereabouts in the world would you like to go, Kai, and why?
Yeah. I think New Zealand. See the hobbit holes.
You probably have some spiders there.
So that's an Oreo butt. So that's how it looks like from above. And then from behind, which is why it's called an Oreo butt. It looks like that. Can you see the Oreo design on its bum?
It almost looks like an acorn.
So unnatural.
Hold on. I'll get a better picture.
What's that fear of holes? Trypophobia or something? That gives me that.
That is my favorite spider, and I can't find one anywhere, and it's driving me bonkers.
What's it called again?
Horrible.
Looks like
Sorry?
a face on the butt.
What's the name of that spider?
It's a Cyclocosmia ricketae. I'm pretty sure. Hang on. Let me get my pronounce it. Yeah, a Cyclocosmia ricketae, or there is a Cyclocosmia latusicosta. It's comically known as the Oreo cookie spider or the hourglass spiders.
Do you know why they have that on that pattern on their bum?
So instead of like going under the ground like most trapdoors do or go in wood, they go in to their hole, but they'll leave their arse out so you can give it a little tickle and then it will come out and have you. Yeah, that's how it feels where its prey's going. It will walk over its arse. I think they're fantastic. I love them, but I would love to find them in not take them from the wild, but just go out and study where they are and how they're living and like the substrate around them and how they move in the wild. I'd love that.
Is there an explanation on that kind of flat Oreo part, or
no idea?
Is there an evolutionary sort of logic to it?
I have
freaky.
absolutely no idea, but I would love to learn so much more about them.
Yeah.
When I find out, I'll let you know. But for now, I don't know. I don't know anyone who breeds them in the UK either. I don't know if anyone does.
Some.
Hmm?
Hasn't Dave got
Sorry.
some?
No.
Sorry, Nat, you broke up there.
Mark's got one. Mark, the spider guy, he's got one.
Yeah, I know. I've definitely seen
Mark's done videos of his.
Where did it
I'm
get
so
from?
jealous. I always tell him that I'm jealous. He was gifted it from one of our friends called Bear.
Oh, I know Bear.
Yeah.
It's quite a. Oh, hang on, Dennis is. Hi, Dennis. We've got quite a good question here. So, do we all have a favourite classical sculpture or sculptor? Now, we can all answer this because we've all seen sculptures and sculptures.
Leonardo da Vinci.
Sorry?
Leonardo da Vinci. Is that what you mean by classical?
Well, yeah, there. Then we've got a favourite classical sculpture or sculptor. That's quite a good question.
I would. Well, whether you can count it as classical, it is in the. Well, I'll give you two answers. Classical, it would be Michelangelo's Pietà, which is absolutely incredible, and a more modern one from the early 20th century would be Auguste Rodin's Gates of Hell, which is, if you're ever in Paris, go to the. I'm forgetting the name of the museum, but it's on the Seine. And it is one of the best sculptures ever. It's this huge kind of combination of reliefs, and you probably know the Thinker by Rodin, which is the kind of figure with the sitting with the head resting on his arm. But then that's just a very tiny part at the top of the Gate of Hell. The rest is covered in all sorts of stuff, and it is absolutely mesmerizing. So those would be the two, but Pietà is probably my favorite one. There we go. Yes, Diego is with me on this one.
Anybody else?
I'm
I must
going.
admit, I'm quite ignorant on things. I really don't. I mean, I've seen sculptures that I like, but I couldn't begin to tell you who the sculptor was. That's just me showing my ignorance. Right?
I don't know any. I'm afraid.
First one that came to mind was Gaudi, Sagrada Familia in Barcelona.
Yes,
I think the whole thing with statues for me is the theme. It's what they are. I don't think I've ever walked past statues and thought, wow, I'd like to have one of them in the garden. Or, under the stairs. It was just like, I can tell you where the very first thing when I thought I wanted to own something like that, I was watching Dave, the film Dave, with the alien, and they've got what must be a hot toy on the desk when they're in the hotel room right at the start. They just come out of the Comic Con, San Diego Comic, and I thought I'd love to have one of them. I'd love to have like a proper good, statue and thing, and that's when I stumbled across Sideshow. So for me, it was always the actual topical material as opposed to actually the artistry and all that, and the complexity came afterwards. Really, it was just that.
Maybe a better question could have been, what's your favorite, I guess, physical sculptor versus like a digital sculptor? Because nowadays, most of the statues that we're all collecting are digitally done. I know Weta occasionally still does, actual sculpting, but most of the stuff that we're getting nowadays are 3D stuff done in ZBrush that then is 3D printed. They cast it and they pour poly resin into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like the work of Brigitte Wüst. She is a sculptor by Weta. And if I'm informed correctly, she studied by HR Giga.
That's a good one.
She designed the alien. And I love her Nazgul pieces. I didn't see a piece that I don't like. And I'm
She did the Dead Martians.
Dead Martians.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did, Ron.
I think we must mention Fabio Paiva from Weta, who, he's done both Elendil and Sauron and Gil-galad, and they are probably some of the top pieces ever that Weta's done. They're
definitely the best face sculpt for sure.
Yeah.
Which
I think they're all the Weta sculptors. I have to say, you couldn't. Gary Hunt and Daniel Cockersell and Jane Wenley, and they're just all terrific. Jamie Beswerig and Michael Asquith and all the rest. It's just phenomenal people.
We got some very good answers coming up in the chat here. Just sorry guys, just quickly, I've got to go through because there's a lot in the chat and I don't want to ignore the chat. So yeah, Invert King on that sound, mate. If you can message me your address, I'll get that shipped out to you. Same with, was it 3 Meter Peter, whatever that is. Max is here because he was there when I ordered this. Yeah, the new Terminator piece by Queen Studios. Yeah, but unfortunately, it's looking like the import fees have pushed this sailing now towards sort of £7,000-8,000. So yeah,
crazy.
Yeah,
just not worth it. Just not worth it. It's sadly
So how much is the actual statue before shipping and before fees?
For £4,900.
Wow.
Yeah, but to get it in the UK, the cheapest I can get it in the UK, it's like £100 off £7,000.
Goodness.
Yeah, German retailer wants €6,000 for it, so I'm out.
Yeah, well, it's insane.
I could buy a car for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of gigantic statues, Dennis, did your Sauron arrive?
Nope.
Not yet?
No, it's still, I don't know where in the world, but I'm hoping it still comes in the next couple of months. That shipping, by the way, I don't know what the shipping is going to be on that. It's close to $1,000, like $800.
So Weta or Prime One or something else?
Infinity.
Oh, the big guy.
The big guy. Yeah, the big guy. Yeah, that one will be on freight because of the size of these boxes.
Goodness.
Yeah. More than happy to pay that one, though.
Yeah, that's definitely a once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
There aren't too many life-size Saurons that you can get. I think I saw like one a long time ago posted in the Lord of the Rings Facebook group of an actual like full-size, real full body of Sauron. Yeah. But besides that, that's the only one.
Yeah,
guys, carry on for 2 seconds. I'm literally just going to go and wash my hands because they are absolutely warmed up with donuts. So I will be back in 2 seconds. Carry on. I can hear you. Just carry on without me for 2 seconds.
I think, Julian, you posted it right in the Flame. That studio that did that took the Infinity and put the legs under it. It was great. It looked
I
okay.
tried
The
it.
cape, the cape was not obviously not good, but it did look good though.
I think if you have the space, I think that would be the way to do it. It just completes it. You can
Yeah.
always get a bigger cape.
Yeah.
Those legs were very, very well done.
They were
How
well
tall is that? Like what? Like 8-9 feet?
done.
Must be nine.
Yeah, I think it was almost 10 feet, 9.5 feet, something like that.
Goodness.
Yeah, you need to have high ceiling.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
that in meters? 10.5 feet, 9.5 feet.
It's like
Is this a statue
3.
or is it a bust?
So it's a bust, but the studio took the bust from Infinity and put legs underneath Sauron to make it a full statue, like 1-to-1 Sauron. It looked good,
Nice.
really good.
Nice.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that bust is 6 feet, I think.
Goodness.
But
What was the price tag on the Sauron?
it was $5,000 ish. Yeah, that's not
Goodness.
cheap. And then 1,800 shipping, so call it
Mhm.
58.
Oh, that is a lot of shipping. The Prime one Gandalf, the Ultimate version that I pre-ordered, I think $1,200 for shipping.
Goodness.
And
Is that
it's a
standard
$2,000
shipping?
statue. It's not the economy version. It's like it's like on an airplane that they do it. But I mean, I've done the economy before with Prime One, and it takes like 4 months to arrive here. So I was just like, me being a YouTuber who wants to get it as fast as I can and make a video about it, I'm kind of
but then
paying the
you'll
extra.
pay that. Yeah, you'll pay that extra $400-$500 to get it earlier. But their shipping costs are now astronomical.
What's the
Sorry about
edition?
So who else wants to go get a donut after this?
Well, do you know what?
I'm hungry.
Kai, you'll be gutted about this, Kai, because I know you love this T-shirt of mine, but I've got donut on my bloody T-shirt. Look.
He did spill. See, he did spill.
Yeah.
So the
This has
timer's
gotta
still
go-
going then, right? You gotta finish off.
We've got to lick that off. Yeah, we're not going there. Not this early on in the live stream. We're not got to the point yet.
With the shirt.
Anton's asked a question.
Has he? What? I'm sorry. I've got. Whereabouts am I?
Where's the question?
This is a tarantula snake keeper.
Does anyone keep reptiles who are just? Well, again, Ryan's in Florida. You're tripping over the damn things where you are, aren't you?
I literally this morning, like taking my dogs out, there was an iguana like 3 feet long that just scurried up the side of the building. Like,
they attack women.
There you go. So they fall out of the trees here too. Like when it gets like, I mean, the 2 weeks of winter that is in Florida, maybe they will literally freeze in the tree and then just fall out. And so you'll see like frozen iguana. I mean, they heat back up and are fine, but it's very weird. You just come across. I've seen one before, and like you're like, is it dead or no? It just they freeze up and then fall.
Scooping them all up, I'd be like, oh my god,
free iguana, yeah.
No, I just have to keep them all warm.
Oh yeah. But
Diego, we did that early on in the stream, mate. You'll need to rewind back to about 20 minutes in. Julian went through all that. But if you've got any questions you want to ask, please stick them in the chat because Julian's here and he can answer all your questions, mate.
So do you have like alligators just roaming around as well?
There's a place called Alligator Alley. It's like 10 minutes away from here that it's called Alligator Alley because you literally drive down these roads through the Everglades and you will occasionally just see them hanging out in the middle of the road. So you didn't have to either drive around them or I mean it's kind of rare in the dead center of the road. They've kind of figured out that they probably shouldn't be there, but you see them all the time. And there's also like swamp buggy tours that you can go out and they'll take you to where there are heavily populated areas and you see them everywhere. They're pretty cool. I mean, I went on a couple of rides myself, and it's something that if you can do, like check it out. Like it's a dinosaur, right? Like
I want one. Like I want one.
Go
Well,
Here we are, guys.
when they're small, they're really cool. I think they're kind of cute, but the once they get to a certain size,
I would
There's
love
one
it.
here for the statue, guys. What's your most expensive statue? I suppose this is
it
really.
will be the new Masters collection as soon as it arrives.
Yeah,
I
I'm the
mean,
same.
mine's. I mean, the most expensive I've bought is mine. Is my Predator one behind me, my first scale Predator.
Yeah, for me it's the Vetter Sauron still.
Mm-hmm.
Are these like really, really like extravagant? Are they?
Yeah.
Well, the
Can
Masters
you see my?
collections
Can
are
you see my Predator one
extravagant.
there? Look behind me.
Yeah, I can see the silhouette.
I can't remember how much that was, but it was certainly over £3,000.
Wow.
It's it's the Sauron bust I ordered. It's coming. It's paid.
Yeah.
So except for the shipping, that
You
still has
guys
to
were
be paid.
talking about one last on the last stream, and it was like insane. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, was that the Treebeard one?
Well, that
Yeah.
one is that's even more insane if you have to buy it now. Yes.
Yeah, that one was like real big money, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's
saw
like
some-
$8,000 is like the minimum you'll see for that usually.
Actually, I
They-
saw one
they-
come up just now on one of the Facebook pages for I think it was 6,000,
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
but still a lot of money.
they
Yeah.
must need their money quick.
I think so. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I like
the Salvation at Mount Doom, I think it was like close to 3,000. I'm logging into my account here to
Salvation.
Salvation. Oh,
Sadly,
yeah.
Mitchell, yes, I do, and I think you'll find the other Lord of the Rings lads here will agree that it looks like. I don't think we're even going to see Boromir.
Well, there was an update posted in where was it? Facebook or Flame, one of the two. That there's somewhat encouraging signs that they're gonna do Boromir, but I think after that it's probably gonna be it.
Yeah,
You could see it in their edition sizes. They're going down
going
to
down
400, 200.
Also, did you see it as it's Singapore their display stand? I watched that. Like normally when you've got like Cisco when she's there, her videos are 45 minutes and something like that. It was 19 minutes going around like three stalls. There's nothing there.
No.
Yeah.
So it's discouraging. Actually, the Infinity lineup that they brought was pretty good. Obviously, I saw the Witch King there, which I still think it looks very good. I have it on order, the half skill Witch King. But that's another one I'm really hoping that they're going to announce something in the next months on the Infinity half skill line. Because they haven't done so in a while now.
You'd kind of think they would at least do an Aragorn. They've got Gimli, they've got Legolas, they've done Gandalf. It would make sense. And in art seem to be connected to them, so they've got a really good sculpt already. So
yeah, I would expect that to come as well, and then Sauron, hopefully. And honestly, go ahead.
Sorry, we've got a question here for the arachnid keepers. How do you deal with common house spiders? Do you kill them or put them outside?
I feed them to my tarantulas.
Spiders changed how you deal with them.
I feed them.
Sorry?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I put them in my tarantula tank.
I put them out because some of them can actually harm our spiders.
Oh, can they?
Especially if they go into molt, they can eat them. They can eat our tarantulas. And yeah, they can really harm your tarantula. So I get rid of them. They go out and away
Big
from
ones.
my collection.
Big ones or tiny ones? House spiders, like big ones.
I mean, some native spiders here, like the venom of some there's some true spiders that's got a much more potent venom than a tarantula, and even though tarantula's got bigger fangs, there's some house spiders that can actually, like cellar spiders, for example, they can have your slings. They'll eat your slings. You don't want that. Can you imagine being in Jason's house with all his Valhallas and Pancays, and then all of a sudden the cellar spider just comes and has a nice meal on some of those? That spider got hoofed out my house. It'd be like,
And I've got loads because I live in a cottage and I live right next to the fields as well. And my house is absolutely full of like the ogre spiders. And I mean, personally, I leave them where they are because they mop up the fruit flies brilliantly. Because the fruit flies come out of the tanks, and all mine, all my slings and that are all in pretty sealed up, nice and tight. And they're all getting a decent size now as well. But yeah, it's like I've got so many around there because the beams as well. They can live on the beams, and the chances aren't going to go up there anyway.
well, I opened up one of my tanks, and I've got an exo, and it's mesh top, and it's very fine mesh on the top. And when I opened it up, on the cork bark was a false widow living there with my tarantula. So I yanked it out and threw it outside, so they can get in.
Yeah, I mean, I must admit, I never have. It's not even something I've ever really, but I do have a lot. I have a lot. But that was the worry when I let the all webs go, because I've got so many of those. But in all fairness, they're bigger than them, and they're spiders themselves. So I mean, watching that one today that I filmed today, watching it, how it dealt with that huge, because that blue bottle was enormous. The blue bottle was huge. I caught it on the wall outside. And watching how it dealt with that was absolutely. I mean, it literally came in. You watched it bite it, and it injected its venom. Then it just sort of hung back while the venom took effect, and then it beautifully with its hind legs spun the web and encased it in web, and it was brilliant. I've done it on a short on my video. I've narrowed it down, but it was fantastic to watch it.
So if you see, did they?
A Carabiner versicolor.
Oh wow.
That's my little girl.
Little.
Sorry, that's a bit.
She's recently been rehoused, so she's just scoping out her new tank.
I have a question about the orb weaver spiders, because I literally know nothing about them other than I have one in my kitchen now. But I've noticed sometimes when flies land on its web, I don't know if it's the spider is shaking the web on purpose or if it's just vibrations of some sort. But I put a fly on there earlier today, and I think it was too big for my spider to take. And I swear to God, it tried to shake the web to shake the fly off. It wouldn't stop. It kept like slowing down, and then it was shaking it more. It was crazy. I've never seen a spider do that before.
Or it might be doing it to try and get the web tangled more on the fly to sort of weight it down so it's fine.
The best person to ask about true spiders, Regan, is Jeremy. He is like, on true spiders. Jeremy's Whole World. You want to ask him all your true spiders. He's amazing. He'll know.
I was speaking to him a little while back actually about wolf spiders, because I've got a little wolf spider, but it's like really, really small. And I've seen that he's got the really, really big ones, the Carolina wolf spiders, I think they're called. Oh my God, they're so cool. So
he's so good with his trues though. He'll know.
Yeah.
He'll know straight away.
Yeah, I will ask him, because I'm not sure if it was just like a breeze or something, but it didn't look like it, because it kept shaking and then sort of slowing down and then shaking again. And it was like it was trying to dislodge this prey that was too big for it.
Also, I will, do you mind if I message you?
Me?
Yeah.
No, of course not.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll message you and I will send you some books that I have on spiders, and it will tell you quite a lot about webbing and the plasticity and why they do things, and you'll be able to understand a bit more.
I don't know if you saw my comment on your Facebook post today, but I said about your video that you put up of your tarantula sling molting was the most informative video on tarantula molting that I've ever seen, and I learned so much from that video. And I know you was having a bit of a downer, so I just want to say how well you did that video and how good it was.
Oh, thanks.
Like, amazing, honestly.
I haven't really done any videos. I only did that one, but it's because I have to wait for natural occurrences before I can do anything. It's not as if I can plan anything. So
I think even people that aren't like spider people would find that interesting, because you see all
Well,
of
they
the
have. I mean, you got
It's
Ryan here, who's an
crazy.
arachnophobe, who's been mega into it. I was
I
really
find
surprised.
spiders super fascinating. Like the idea that they can just make a web, or
Yeah.
I mean, the geometry that you see in some of them is beautiful. Like
Did you know?
there are
I
like some
watched
of
this
the only
documentary.
actual artists out there that are not human. I mean, some fish that do some weird stuff too, but
I watched this documentary recently about it's a tiny little spider, and I think it's on the Amazon it lives, and it makes the biggest web of any spider. I think this web's about 50 feet long, but the spider itself is tiny, and it makes its web across the Amazon, actually across the Amazon. So and
I don't understand.
they don't know how it does it. They don't know how it actually
Fly
physically does
across
it.
the
It's
air for
tiny
a
little.
and
Yeah.
I've never understood how they actually build a big web, like how a spider will sit on a leaf and I guess see all the connection points in its head, and then
Well,
just start flying through the air.
my mom comes in. She goes mad because I've got all the beams and there's all spider webs on. She says, "Why don't you get them cobwebs down?" And I'm like, "Can't, because I can just see this spider looking at me from the corner and going, literally spent all day doing that. And
I'm
you
exactly
come along and knock it down."
I just have to second Regan's opinion on that video. I watched as well after the first live stream, and it was absolutely terrific. So informative.
Yeah.
Colors were beautiful, and I couldn't believe what I'm seeing, to be honest.
I noticed that one of my 1 centimeter slings, it's 1 centimeter big, was molting, and I didn't catch the beginning, but I quickly stuck it underneath a microscope, and then I recorded it from the microscope. So
it was amazing.
You can really see exactly what was going on, and then the
toes twitching.
I know the toes are so
small. I couldn't believe it, and you explained everything so well. So I was like, because I mean, some of this stuff's really hard to understand. I mean, I'm still getting to grips with the names, So the way that you explained it really did help me understand exactly what was happening. You'd make a very good teacher.
I mean, I'm still learning. I got a new book today. I'll take a picture of it and I'll show it to you. So, I do a lot of reading, and I talk to a lot of people in the hobby, and I have some amazing, really close friends in the hobby that I talk to. Some in America, some over here, and just bounce ideas off each other. And then I'll ask a question, and they'll respond with a question, and then I'm like, oh. And then
I just wanted to. Joe's asked the question here about statues. Do they make weatherproof outdoor ones? I'm not aware of if they do. No.
I've seen some 3D printed things that are meant for outdoors. Like I've seen a really big Argonaut that's like sitting outside someone's front door.
Yeah.
Besides that, not really.
Well, bronzes would be outdoor. If somebody gets a bronze, that would be fine outdoor. But I don't know a statue company that makes them. No.
Will be just custom pieces, eh? Will be more custom sculptors that do one-offs or a few very limited run.
Yeah.
If I want one outside, though, the amount you guys pay, imagine it getting stolen.
Yeah, especially in Florida, like.
Well, my mum said that to me when I started doing my YouTube channel. My mum was, my mum and my dad was like, "Oh, what happens if somebody watches your videos and they realise you've got all this money worth of statues and they come around and steal?" I said, "They're fucking welcome to. If they want to think they can carry these things out their house."
That's the thing. Yeah, you can't just run in and grab it because it's gonna break.
No.
Not only that, you need like the box.
That Predator one behind me weighs nearly 90 kilos. You're not going to just pick that up and walk off.
That is fine.
Also, imagine trying to sell it to actually make the money.
That's it.
Everybody will do immediately if something like that happens. So
they've got like
it would literally be like somebody in the UK stealing my Saba Reds. How the hell are they going to sell them? Because next to nobody's got them. you'd be able to find out so quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know my mate came and stayed here because I've got a Harsdale Terminator over there, and he said, "Oh wow!" I said, "Don't touch it, don't touch it." He says, "Don't." And he went out and prodded it, and a bit fell off it, and he was like, "Oh, that's not very good." I said, "Don't touch it." What part? No, there's a reason why you don't touch it, because it falls apart.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, is Nat still feeding all those tarantulas there in the corner?
Oh yeah, she is.
Jesus.
Goodness.
Just keep going.
Yeah, I saw a question earlier. It said something along the lines of, as soon as you're done feeding them, do you have to start
You start
again?
over again. So many.
You'll have to come a bit closer to the mic
No
now.
closer. No closer.
I've done 190 so far, and then I've still got another 40, 80, 100. I've still got 120 more on this section to do.
Holy shit.
If ever you guys that have spiders ever wanted to make, I mean, obviously this would be detrimental, and you probably never would do this, but get a big crate or cage or something and dump all your spiders in and see who wins. And film it, and I guarantee you'll get a lot of people interested in seeing that, because I would
There
watch
are
it.
videos on YouTube of people doing similar things to that.
Maybe that's called abuse, I guess.
You get the RSPCA after you. Yeah.
But you do see, especially, it tends to be scorpions against spiders. If you see videos of people chucking a scorpion at a spider. The fact of the matter is, it's not even a fair fight. I mean, spiders look big and scary, but they're not. I mean, if you got a decent-sized praying mantis and chucked it in with a tarantula, the praying mantis is probably going to win. They're far, far more aggressive and far more designed for killing inverts.
Jace, put up Nat's video in the center. Make it big.
Natalie's. Hang on, Nat. Give me a second, guys. I've got to work out how the hell you do it.
Move with your finger in the middle.
There you go.
Yeah. Jesus.
My goodness.
How do you know that they're all still in there?
Yeah, that would be my biggest worry.
And you got around the corner, which is like all full of as well. Then have some babies in
What's the biggest one you have? How big is it?
Yeah. Where's the biggest one?
Biggest one.
Yes.
Good question. I think the biggest one is
dangerous species would be you need to get a special license for dangerous species, yeah. But the just standard like inverts that we got now, we don't.
Yeah.
Goodness.
I think you can get. I think there's a specialist insurance that's like exotic insurance, but I don't know if it covers inverts. Does anyone else know?
No, there isn't. You don't need anything for inverts, do you? Because you can keep six-eyed sand spiders. You don't even need it for that.
Yeah. We've got this guy here. That's the Lasiodora poribana. He's a mature male. And he is big, very, very big.
Haven't you got one of these, Lid?
Yeah.
There you go.
I was just thinking, I was learning
There you
all
go.
the names. That is one of them.
And then I've got a huge, I've got quite a few big ones, so it'd be quite hard to say exactly which one is the biggest. I think I can use a bit of thing. So it's quite hard to say which one's the biggest.
Hey, Natalie, Nat, have you seen this thing about an auto? You see this thing here about having an auto feeder? Now, you showed me, or you spoke about this with me, and Regan actually physically made it about the salt and pepper shaker pots with. You did it with crickets, and Regan was doing it with fruit flies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to touch. Oh, go ahead.
I've got, well, this is wait 1 second.
Good.
Who's that, Nat?
This one here, that's a Therapeutic hypothesis.
Oh, nice.
And that's
So that's the Goliath bird eater.
Yeah. I'm not sure
That
if you
sounds familiar.
That'll get big. Like,
no.
It's already
Is that a
big.
blonde eye? Is that a blonde eye? Is it not?
no, it's apophysis.
Oh, is it? That's the
Yeah.
pink foot. Isn't it? I've got 2 blonde eyes.
Yeah, I've got Blondie and I've got a Sturmy. I don't have an apophysis though.
I've got an apophysis and she's still got her little pink toes, so she looks like a ballerina. She's so cute.
The apophysis, they get more leggy than the other 2. The other 2 tend to get a bit more bulky, whereas the apos always look bigger to me because they get far
Sturmy
more
and
leggy.
Blondies have like light bulb butts. They just
Yeah.
bulbous.
So that thing can't get out, right?
Well, yeah, it can get out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it can.
Well, I mean, it doesn't want to, I guess. It's just chilling with the top open and like 5 inches of wall to climb.
No, they don't really do.
You're worried it's going to get to you from there, dude.
I just my paranoia runs like. Ugh.
I'm not saying the lid's still off.
He's chilling there.
I don't think
I
I've
haven't got one. I haven't got a camel spider, no joke, because I think they're bloody horrible things. They're another invert that I've got
them.
absolutely zero interest in having.
I love them, but I've never had them scream.
I saw him getting eaten on Fear Factor when I was a teenager.
I think camel spiders, and I can't believe you don't like them, Jason, because their faces look like Predator when he takes his mask off, and that's why he's so damn cute.
It's their arse end I don't like. It just looked like their outside looks like how you imagine the inside would look.
Are you talking
They
about
are literally.
Are you talking about the hairy sun spider or the other one?
No, I'm talking about camel spiders.
Yeah,
That
you can get a
horrible
hairy one.
blood. They just look vile. And I don't say that easy because I love animals. I love and I love inverts and creepy crawly. But the first time I saw a camel spider, I just went, no, I don't want that. It literally looks like a light brown feces with fangs.
Oh no, its little face looks exactly like Predator's.
I've got my little pot of
No,
flies.
there's a chance they. Yeah, that's.
It looks like Predator's face.
It's so cute.
It's
literally
so
does.
cute. That is the cutest little thing, and the way they eat as well. It's like.
I wouldn't use the word cute.
I just put the little flies in there, and then I've got a bit of blue tack on the top, and I've put a hole there, and I just salt shaker them out. And this was my newest concoction. It's full of flies in there, and I just take this off and I shoot them out.
That's a really good idea.
That's how I feed the orb weaver up there, because it doesn't like it if I like place things on its web, so I shoot them out the bottle instead, and it works really well.
That's a really good idea. That is.
This one I got off of YouTube. This was mine, but this was off YouTube. I just can't stand these bloody flies. So anything that keeps them inside, not in my kitchen.
I don't like fruit flies.
They're rank.
That's why I like Natalie's boom tin boxes, because when I got a boom tin box, they were like at a good size that I didn't have to fucking deal with that.
Yeah.
And Natalie was like, "What do you have?" And I was like, So we went for a big list, didn't we, Natalie? And then all of a sudden, I just got this awesome box, which is
mine were as well.
Doing so good.
So I always try and ask people, like, what do you actually have? Because it's not fun when you get things that you've already got. But, it's so spoiled. If I've got like 5, like, off the air, which a lot of people now are buying multiple of, like, slings, just because of the survival. I always make sure I say, what have you got? similar to what you've got.
Well, I did a Ling Sling mystery box, and I was watching what the person who won my box. I left it for a while, and I was watching what she was saying to different people in group chat.
Yeah, Amy, how do you feel better?
She was
Bye,
wanting
Amy.
things like that, and I sent her a Ling Sling box, and she made a YouTube video about it, and she absolutely loved the box. But it is nice when you get that reaction when you've provided them with something that they don't have. It's so nice.
Of course.
Anyway, Kai, how's that vape going down, dude? Because you said today you're going to need a vape today. You know, bless him. He asked me if it was all right to vape on the channel. I was like, "Of course, it is."
I didn't even know.
like he's in my house. You can't vape in my house.
Yes,
I'm
good.
like the rude one. Sorry.
If ever you're in the UK, you're more than welcome to come around, but you vape outside.
It's better than smoking.
Always make
So
sure
I'm in
that
my room, so I could vape.
No, it's no problem at all, mate.
Sorry, Nat, what did you say?
I see a lot of people, they're selling slings that haven't eaten, or they're selling what they call slings, what aren't slings. They're basically eels, eggs with legs. So it's not acceptable. It's not on. I mean, they're not even putting tax on it anyway. So that's a crime. And it's just, why are you going to do that? Why are you going to give yourself that type of reputation? You know, so that's what I plan for. All my slings, if they haven't eaten, they don't go. They stay with me until they eat, until they're healthy. I want to see a web. You know, it's heartbreaking to see this sling that you paid money for, and you get it, and you're like, well, what am I meant to do with this? It's not eaten. It's never had a meal. You can clearly see it's never eaten before. You know, so why are you selling it? Or are missing with legs. But now, you know, you can't be doing things like that. You've got to check, and you must always tell your customer, look, they're missing a leg, and, you know, something's not right with the sling. I haven't one at the minute available, but I've got something else. Would you like a refund, or could I do you something else? You know, it's honest, and it's all the long.
And not many places do that.
Exactly. So many times as well before, I've bought females, what are supposed to be females. They're not females. They're males.
It's an interesting thing, actually, guys. Natalie sells tarantulas, and she sells her enclosures on her website. And she actually does basically a reward points basis, which statue companies, obviously, we all know statue companies do reward points. And it's just reminded me, actually, you're talking about that now, because I think you are the only person that I personally have seen in tarantulas that does that. So this is to everyone, really. You know, when it comes to reward points and things like that, how much does that make you want to continue shopping where you shop? Because to me, it counts. Yeah, to me, it's a big thing.
Massively so.
I think that's one of the things that really annoyed me about this recent Weta retailer exclusive thing. When you think about the sort of not getting Weta dollars, which are actually really good value, particularly when you're a gold collector. I just find the whole thing a bit pointless. You're suddenly going into a different retailer. There's not a great reward system. I think they make a big difference, particularly nowadays with all the shipping costs increases and statue costs increases. So I think they're very, very important.
Especially like once you have like the tiers as like, you know, gold collector and everything. Once you get there, you're like, well, I may as well continue to get my Weta dollars there. I think that, you know, like other places, I think like CastleCon, he's got some kind of reward, something as well. But then again, it's like, am I gonna start a whole nother reward thing over there? And then you can only keep your tier for 24 or 12 months.
12 months.
A year.
12 months.
Because I mean, the thing was, I bought an enclosure off Natalie, and Natalie sort of messaged me because I didn't even realize. She says, "Oh, well, you've got all these points." I'm like, "What?" And so, I mean, I bought a load of transfers off her, but the things I only had to pay for like 2 of them, as opposed to paying. I mean, I come around and I bought off you now. But anyway, you know, and that, to my knowledge, is the only person that does. I mean, obviously in statues, it's a sort of a given thing, but I think it's very innovative of Nat to do that. And for me, especially when we're spending sort of the money that we all spend. I mean, it's not falling out of thin air for any of us, you know, and none of this is essential. So to get something back, I think, is massive.
And Nat does discounts as well, which is another incentive to go there rather than other places, because most of the other places don't do discounts either. Like you might get once in a blue moon, but most don't.
In response to the comment that's on screen, that's a molt. Okay. And it's quite small. I think that's about 3 to 4 centimeters. I could probably sex that under my microscope, but not by eye.
Yeah.
So that is in response. About 3 to 4 centimeters, I can do it under my microscope, but not by eye. If I'm going to do it by eye, I'm going to need like a juvie sub-adult because I'm blind as a bat. I'd like literally go cross-eyed.
Unless you've got orb spiders like I've got, because the orb spiders, you can tell they're female because you can see them, because the males are minute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're a tree spider, they're not a tarantula. So tarantulas and tree spiders are sexed differently.
Yeah, I just got this off Amazon for like £10, and then it's got a light and a magnifier, so then you can see if they've got the parts or not.
Yeah, so with a female, you're looking for a nice big flap.
Yeah.
Regan,
that's always been my key leading point. As
on one of your videos, Regan, I can't remember what type of spider it was, but you weren't sure of the sex, and then obviously when you had edited the video, you said it was female and put a photo with a kind of pointing to a bit, and I was like, can you tell from the actual spider, or do you have to use the molt?
On that one, I could tell because she was big, so it was easy enough to see under. I mean, you can't be 100% from that, but most of the time you can tell from that. But there's just, you can see a little slot, like a little coin slot between the book lungs.
Yeah.
And if you look on a male, that slot is not there.
Oh, okay.
I just look up pictures online. You can get an idea of what you're looking for, but you can't always tell by eye. You do often have to use a microscope just to see if there is an opening or not, and that's the easiest way to tell.
I have a picture that I can send to Jason, Lydia, and you'll be able to see what I'm looking at.
Because we've got one of our where is it there?
Yeah, see, ventral sexing is not 100%.
No, I'd never say do it that way.
I think
never.
she's too small anyway for the moment.
I mean, literally go on any single tarantula group and somebody will put a photograph up of their spider like that, and if you get 100 answers, 50 will say male, 50 will say, what's the bloody, wait for it to molt, get the molt out, look inside the molt, then you'll know.
Yeah, so for under a tenner, you can get a microscope that's got a light and you can see everything using your mobile phone. So that's what I did. That's the easiest way to do it.
Perfect.
So what do you do with the molt?
See microscope. Sorry?
What do you do? What? Sorry?
What do you do with the molt whenever it's...
Well, the abdomen section of the molt, which is very, very flimsy and fine, you basically open that up and you'll see 4 white patches, which answers this question. These 4 white patches are called book lungs. They're called book lungs because they look like the pages of a book. And there's what's called, I think it's called a dermal ridge, which runs between the upper set. Now, in a male, it would literally be like the crease in my hand. It would literally look like that. It's just a crease. But in a female, and the shape varies from species to species, you literally get a small flap that sticks up. And this is the spermatoe. This is where they inject sperm into. And so that's what you're looking for in a female. You're looking for this.
I can't touch it with my hand because I'll get haired, and I'm not getting haired for you. Sorry.
Why not? Why not?
Because hairs, they're like barbs, and they go in your skin like fiberglass, and you'll literally want to skin yourself so that you literally have nothing left.
Oh, great.
I got haired on my tattoo up there, and then I had that one done the other 2 days ago, yesterday, and I swear to God I got haired again, and I can't even itch that because it's still fresh. So I was like, so you can.
How many of you have spider tattoos?
Can you see those hairs there on her legs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they will go in you, and you can't see them. So this is the abdomen here. I'm not touching it. So this bit here, I need another pair of.
Joe, answer to your question, Joe, both males and females have pedipalp. The only thing is mature males get boxing gloves on the end of them, which is where the
So
sperm,
can
they
you
put the sperm
see
hooks
that's
off.
the abdomen?
Yeah.
Okay, and there is here is a book lung just there, and there's one
Kind
there,
of white.
and just here, I'm going to go even closer, just here in the center. Sorry, I'm like a weather woman again. Just here in the center, where am I going? Is the flap. So I know that this girl is a female.
Look at her fangs.
Yeah, and what I would
Wow.
do is before I would do this is I would soak it in a little bit of soapy water just so that it's a nice and moist. Probably don't like that word, but I love it. And that's where I'd see it. Oh,
Flats
actually,
and moist, we're covering it all, aren't we? I mean, let's be
Yeah,
honest.
this
It's
is
we're well in the realms of 18 cert now, aren't we?
here you can
18 plus here.
see. Can you
Craig, I do
see?
all the and I cut all the carbonate as well by hand here.
By
I
hand.
don't know.
Sorry, Nat, I can't hear you very well. You need to get a bit closer
No,
to the mic,
Craig,
Nat.
ask the question. Do I do all the woodwork for the enclosures? Yeah, I do, and I cut all the.
We did show a video. Hang on, Craig. I'll just put this on quickly, mate. There was actually a video somewhere of Nat actually doing. I'll tell you something, Nat. You've got way more impressive tools than I've got. I've got an hammer and a screwdriver, and I think that's about it. And maybe an adjustable spanner kicking around.
I'd just say how nice it is to see a woman doing that kind of work as well. This you so typically think of men doing carpentry and that, but it's it's lovely to see a girl doing it.
I'm jealous of anyone with a woodworking shop.
I can't even put a shelf up, literally.
You can.
I'll rephrase it. I don't put shelves up. I get someone else to do it.
Yeah.
It's easy. You've just got to have faith, manifest it, see it, and then do it. That's it. I mean, if you're just going to sit there and I used to watch YouTube videos and think, I'm going to start doing some more things because I've always been into woodwork. It's something I've always enjoyed. I did it when I was in school. Then I did study styles for like 3 years. Came out of school. I went in and did a whole load of different careers. And then when I went into the tarantula hobby, that's when I started creating my own tents. So it's been a good journey, and without believing in myself and seeing myself do it and just going to screw fix or B&Q and just buying the tools, I wouldn't be here to this day. So
well, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's so.
It's so good to have a trade behind you, I think.
But I definitely think that you've got some sort of superhuman powers, because I know that you're doing the spiders, your carpentry, and you're a mum. Like, I don't know how you sleep.
Don't educate my little two. Wow. But they're always with me, and we've got people do like woodworking lessons and all sorts of lessons. It's so fun. I mean, obviously you don't get much time, I don't go to bed usually while like 3
Cheers,
a.m.
mate.
up again at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. Back home working again, getting whatever done, you know.
Yeah.
Got to make days and do what you got to do.
There's this comment here. I've seen that drawing that's been banged around of all the different shapes. You know, there's lots of key species, and someone's actually drawn all the difference for this. So I know I've got you on my Facebook page, so I'll be interested to see that, dude.
I won a Theropepus lividus, cobalt blue female from ads a couple of weeks ago. I did an unboxing video. Absolutely. I watched the Grindlers unbox theirs, and it put the fear of God into me that mine was going to behave in the same way theirs did. But he must have brought it up really well, because it was the best behaved spider that I've ever dealt with. And it's huge.
I've literally just done 4 Sabo blues and 10 Sabo reds, and I'm not joking. Everyone just strolled calmly into the pub. Every single one.
Yeah.
I was here with red barrier tape, spotlights, hit squad ready outside, everything, because I thought these things are going to go everywhere. I was even thinking of doing them in the bathroom, but they were as calm and as chilled as could be. So I thought, there you go, then.
The only ones that have given me any issues have been my brachypelmas. They all do a runner, but none of my old worlds have done anything. I rehoused 5 P Metallicas yesterday. Not single one of them even attempted to dart away or escape or anything.
All right, everyone, listen, we're going into 2.5 hours, so I'm going to make this the last question of the day because it applies to all of us. So if we can all go around and answer what's everyone's favourite film, and let's see if we can avoid moist flaps and things like that. So take it away, whoever wants to start. Favourite film?
Mine is Rocky Horror Picture Show. I absolutely love that.
Very good. I'm gonna stick with Lord of the Rings, but I can't say anything different.
I obviously want to say Lord of the Rings because it is. But in lieu of everyone already knowing that I'm a big fan of the Lord of the Rings, I'm gonna say something else. Starship Troopers.
Really?
Right?
Wow. Okay.
There's a bunch of arachnids in that, so I know you guys probably have seen that.
It is a great film.
I can literally put that on in the background and like recite all the words and all the it's a movie I saw growing up, and yeah, that or like The Great Gatsby. That's another good one I like.
Dennis, are you?
If I don't watch The Lord of the Rings, which is quite often, or The Hobbit for that matter, which I also watch quite often, it's either Gladiator, which I actually watch quite often, or actually
They're making Gladiator 2 now, aren't they?
I know.
Yeah.
I saw that. I'm excited for that. And
with like Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
Didn't he die?
Well, yeah. Well,
Russell Crowe, 18 stone now. Russell Crowe.
Yeah, he's a little heavy on the heavy side, but
this time it's more.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, that and I'll say Harry Potter. I do enjoy watching Harry Potter.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not ashamed to say that. I do enjoy watching Harry Potter.
Yeah, I must admit, I used to watch that with my daughter, and I like Harry Potter. Anyone else?
I'll just add another German film actually, which is one of my favorites. Kai might know The Lives of Others.
Of course. The movie about Stasi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
The Lives of Others.
Yeah, highly recommended.
Oh,
I've got 2.
Go on, you that's on yours video.
Baby Driver, love it. It's excellent. And probably Joker, the Joaquin Phoenix one.
Oh, yeah.
Lady Gaga's going to be in the new one.
I know. I'm so excited.
I am. She is like my idol of all time, and I am so excited to see
And I'm
that.
hoping they're singing together.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, of course they will be.
Oh, is it going to be a musical?
No, not
Oh,
no.
I think there might be like weird bits in it.
Yeah.
I
Like,
can't be dealing with if they're going to break into song when it's supposed to be like.
oh, I'd love it.
Oh, but it's Joker.
I just wanted to say quickly. I just wanted to say quickly because me and Nat are going to the Comic-Con soon, and John Noble's there who played Denethor. I have got a sign done. I am gonna, if I can talk to him, I am gonna ask him to do that where's my statue thing. And I've got a sign, and I want him to do it as Denethor. I want to see if he'll just sort of, if Boromir worked at Weta, he would have brought me a fine statue. But it depends. It depends on what I might end up getting slung out. But you know, I am going to. I am going to try. Sorry, whoever I cut off, then I do apologise. It just popped in my head now. Nat, you'll have to come close to the. What's your favourite film, Nat? Or films?
Probably Harry Potter, the first one. Absolutely love it.
Yes.
We're getting a lot of votes for Harry Potter. What about you, Ling?
Me, I've got two. I like The Craft, and I love Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh, I love that film.
Oh yeah.
Oh, very good. Yeah.
Pan's
Great.
Labyrinth is like my absolute favourite because it's like whimsigoth, and I'm very weird. Like, you probably got that vibe off me. I'm quite a dark person. Like I've even got like the mother spider on my arm, and yeah, I'm very dark.
I think one of my massive favourite films, it's like standalone film, was Brandon Lee's The Crow. I mean, that was huge favourite,
Yeah.
and everything tied around the film, obviously him dying, making it, and everything else, which was, yeah, I can remember that massively impacted on me when I watched that.
There better not be a Harry Potter TV series. That's
There
gonna
is.
Oh, yeah.
No.
No.
Oh yes, it's coming.
It's coming.
Why do they ruin something good?
J.K. Rowling wants to make more money, I think.
Well, the old ones are not going away, so you know, if you don't want to watch it, just don't bother. I think I did.
Yeah.
I watched your version of Shameless the other day, actually. The American version of Shameless.
My daughter loves that, and I just
The
think,
American version one. But
yeah,
it's not Frank Gallagher,
no,
is
it's not.
it?
It's blasphemy.
Yeah, it is blasphemy because you don't
And
know what the
not this.
council estate is like.
Mind you, actually, the American Office is actually quite good in its own right, but
It
yeah,
is, isn't it?
Shameless
The best Office version is the German version, Stromberg.
It is if they all talk like you, because you honestly, I could listen to your fucking accent all day. You literally sound like every English actor that's portrayed a German. When you started talking on that, I thought, I'm going to just shut up and listen to you fucking talk, man.
Okay.
I keep expecting you to say things along the lines of, Jason, I see you're wearing such a horrendous shirt again today.
There was a really good German series that
Yeah, I don't like that shirt. I don't know why.
Sorry, Nat, you broke up then.
There's a good German series that comes on Amazon Prime, and it's called I think it's Amazon Prime or Netflix. It's called The Cave. That's a good
The
series.
Cave?
The Cave.
Really
Not seen that.
Don't know this one.
And I think there was another one as well called Thor. I think that's what it was called. And that one again, that one is really good.
Isn't there like another movie similar to that? I forgot what it's called. I said, isn't there another movie very similar to The Cave? It's about like cave divers that go in down, and there's like creatures and stuff in the cave.
What? That's the film. I've seen that
Oh,
film.
I don't know. But I did watch a film where they went under the water, and I swear to God, I nearly died on the sofa. Not because I was scared, but because I held my breath with them. Like I didn't breathe.
Oh yes, that is that. Yes, the movie.
Yeah, and they go into a house underneath the water,
Mhm.
and there's things down there
Yeah.
that's haunted. I
What was
didn't
that
breathe.
called?
I held my breath with them. I don't know. But then my husband was like, take a breath. And I was like, I'm not under the water.
Those two bodies that were hanging.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
love that. I would love finding that. I would love it. But I didn't like the fact that I wouldn't be able to breathe. I'd want to be in a bubble, like a Harry Potter bubble.
There's a fun fact here, Harry Potter. Look, from Mitchell, Daniel Radcliffe used to live 5 minutes. Here's a fun Harry Potter fact for you, Mitchell. My ex-girlfriend used to like having sex with me, like taking a trip to Hogwarts. It involves 9 3/4. And that's my joke. My joke. I just made that up. I just thought of that. So copyright that, YouTube. You've copyrighted me for every fucking thing. I want money every time someone uses that joke. That's mine. You won't find that anywhere else. I just make that up.
Put yourself on big screen and do it so it can't be missed that it's yours.
Copyright on that.
That's funny.
There'll be a few single blokes saying, I'm going to use that line. Well, not they're not paying me, you know.
Yeah.
Right, what else have we got? Has anyone got anything they want to add or bring up before because we're 2.5 hours, so we've been going quite well here, guys. Anybody got anything they want to add or bring up or anything at all, really?
There was a question before. What statue do you like to see that hasn't been done before?
Yeah, take it away on that one. I'll see if I can find it.
I mean,
Denethor?
Yeah, Denethor. I see the hype. I see everybody pushing. I probably will buy it, but yeah. Now for me, it wouldn't be Denethor. It would be a really good, better version, I would say, than what we have of either Arwen, because we really don't have a good Arwen. Still don't. But J&D is not a good Arwen. Just saying that on record. And or an Eowyn. And or obviously my favorite would be Theoden. That is coming.
I've heard there's
It's coming. It's coming. Theoden is coming. This is don't know when
no
yet.
man.
It's coming. It's coming. So I'm ready for that.
This side of Christmas, do you think?
Don't think so.
I heard it was supposed to be previewed this year, but whether or not.
Oh,
right.
I hope so. I have not heard that, but I
We'll
do
see.
hope that is the case. Yeah,
I saw that question and I thought about it, and there isn't a character for me, but I would love to see more diorama pieces. I imagine Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli escaping that skull avalanche. If somebody would make such a piece, my head would go explode.
Well, we know who Legolas is. That's Orlando Bloom, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, now
Can we just say them in the hot male accent for you, so you know who we're on about?
You see the smile. Yes, I know who it is.
He's with the bow, yeah?
Prime One could do it. I mean, they did a Godzilla Kong diorama that's God knows how big.
Yeah,
I mean, they could did one or something similar. So
I think
come on, girls. If you could have a statue, then, ladies, what would you like to have done if you had to have a statue?
Henry Cavill in my room.
Henry Cavill.
Well, there's quite a few statues of him already, including life-size ones.
Yes.
Yeah,
Skeleton, hand-punched hair.
As the Witcher.
In the bath.
Yep. Yes.
As the Witcher, he has to be. And when I pressed his chest, he had to grunt.
Apparently, it's the one statue that when blokes order it, the missus hasn't got an issue with it.
I think Henry Cavill is such a nice guy. If you ask him politely, he come visit you.
Yeah.
Have you got his number?
No.
Oh, he's
but
going.
I guess you can meet him in the Warhammer chat or something
exactly.
like that.
Warhammer.
He's got an Instagram account.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be him that responds. And I don't.
Do you know he plays World of Warcraft and he's got his own guild, and apparently they're like a top tier raiding guild, and he won't tell anyone. He says no one knows what his guild is because he doesn't want people clambering because he
Right.
takes it. I used to,
He would be
you
a
know,
big target. Everyone would get recognition if they killed
well,
Henry Cavill.
it's not
So
that. To heroic raid, as anyone that's played Warcraft knows, so heroic raid on World of Warcraft, you've got to be in a part of a team where you all know each other. You're like each other's characters absolutely pinned spot on perfect. Because if one person balls up, the whole team. So he doesn't want that raining. So you can totally like you say, he would be inundated. But yeah, I mean, I when I found that about him, I thought, what a cool guy. I mean, a lot of these actors that play these roles they are pretty big nerds themselves. I mean, there's a guy I know who's a massive cosplayer, and he met Carl Urban, and his mate had actually made a replica of the Judge Dredd gun for him that he used in the film, and he got LEDs on it and everything. He sent me the video of it. And Carl Urban's got this, and I saw him being interviewed on something at his house, and it was on his mantelpiece, and he's got like he has statues and things like that. Carl Urban, because he's mega into it. He's like one of the few famous people I'd love to meet. Really love to meet him.
Yeah, Henry
Because
Cavill
it's
is a
great when you
master.
find out these people that you watch are as nerdy as you are. You're like,
Can you
oh
get me
yeah.
his number then?
I mean,
Just say Ling Ling would like to say hi.
Yeah, he's like, oh, Ling Ling from the Spiders. Yes, I'm gonna respond right away.
Get your wig on.
The total number, Ian, was 198, and the winners were one guy's. Well, actually, Lydia Kate was just nicked off. Lydia was number one, but she's not having the Saba Red. 2 Meter Peter with 194, and Sidex Official on 200 were the two winners of the Saba Red. Sorry, guys, carry on. I just wanted to.
Nope,
That's
I
all.
think that was it. But yeah, Henry Cavill, big gamer, big nerd.
Nerds are hot.
I'll take that as a compliment. Going back to the 18 plus. What else? I think what were we talking about? Oh, statues. Which statue you want?
Yeah, who would like? Well, do you know one of mine? Which, if you go right back to when I did one of my earliest videos, I said I always wanted. It was Conan.
Oh
yeah.
it's coming. You saw it. You saw the
Yeah,
render.
it's coming.
You saw the render. Yeah. Hope it's
Ian,
good.
if you guess 195, message me, mate, because some of the comments didn't come through properly. So if you did 195, dude, just message me and I'll sort you out a Saba Red if that's right, because I know one of the comments got removed, not by me, by YouTube. So I literally had to screenshot everything as quickly as I could. I know I got 200. Yeah, so yeah, just message me, mate, and I'll sort you one out. Don't worry about that. If you put 195, then that's fine. Message me and I'll sort you out, Saba Red.
I'm
Sorry,
still
guys.
waiting on a King Conan movie. I think that needs to
Yeah,
exist.
PCS are doing it, aren't they?
Yes.
PCS are doing Conan.
you mean
Yeah.
the barbarian, or
Yeah.
not the detective?
Yeah. Yes, that Conan, not the other Conan. That would be hilarious, though. The other Conan. That would probably be the size of one, and Conan would buy it himself, probably.
One point I was just gonna maybe talk about briefly based on the there was a question about insurance and spiders, but I was just renewing my home insurance this week, and for the first time I added a contents insurance with some named statues, and not all insurers do it. But I wonder with the other folks, do you do a contents insurance for statues? Because you can name a kind of a collectibles as a named item if it's above a certain price.
Go ahead, Brian.
I don't personally, because I've actually rung up my house insurance and said about my pieces, and they said as long as I've got proof of each individual purchase, which obviously I have, you just go on to Prime One or whatever and download the receipt. They said they'd insure them for the full single value. So I've left it at that.
I recently was talking to State Farm since I'm moving homes, and I had never actually had my collection at all. But they said that there's not a lot of insurance companies that do. State Farm does, and so there's I forget the number, but it actually was much less than I thought that it was going to cost me. It ends up being like really worth it in the end. Like, you know, God forbid, you know, place caught on fire or something, like I would be out a lot of money. So it really is worth it. If you can, I definitely recommend.
It's not very much, but it's definitely worth just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm reading The Daughter of the Moon Goddess.
Brilliant.
Because it's got me in it. It's got Lady Mei Ling in it.
Oh, you said that last time. You said that last time.
I did.
Remember?
I'm reading 50 Shades of Grey because the guy's kind of me. minus the women.
You have a red room?
Yeah, the only female I can get in there is a bloody spider.
Red right now.
And I had to buy that. Yeah, that's fine, Ian. I can remember somebody put that they tried to comment twice, and I did see it, but I didn't get a screenshot of it. So yeah, don't worry, dude. The guy that get 194, there'll be three. There'll be 3 Sava Reds going out. That's absolutely fine. That's my mistake.
Well,
so you'll get your same message.
Ian.
Yes, congratulations.
It's a good job I bought 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's everyone reading at the moment? A PHP book.
What's the PHP book?
PHP is a programming language. That's what I'm reading.
I'm reading that, and then I'm reading like 3 or 4 books, but then I'm also studying. Does textbooks count? No, they're boring. I fell asleep in my lesson again in college.
Oh no.
I know. I keep getting in trouble.
I fell asleep on the sofa today here, and I never know, and I literally woke up and I started getting ready for work. So I was like, I'm on 2 weeks off. I was like, fucking hell, you know, this is. As you get beyond the age of 50, shit starts happening that nobody tells you about. Nobody pre-warns you with this. Literally, people say, "Oh, I walk into a room, I don't know why I'm in there." I do that, and I'm in the fucking bathroom. There's only 3 things you can do in there. I'm like, what have I come in here for?
You're saying when you're near 50, I'm nearing 40, and I fall asleep all the time. All the time.
Yeah, but you stay up all night.
No, I don't. Not all the time.
I've literally been at work on nights, and I've seen the little green thing next to your name on. I'm like, look, I've got to be awake. I'm at work.
I've got things to do.
Feeding spiders.
Yes, it takes.
Poor old Nat is.
Like Nat all day, every day.
All day.
It does take a long time.
Yeah, I can imagine. It must be.
We don't just feed them that. Well, I don't. I take pictures, and then I'll take a video as it's eating, and then I've got to get snaps again. And then I move on.
Okay.
Right, listen, guys. I am afraid I'm going to have to call it on this because we're nearly at 3 hours. Thank you to everybody in the chat for tuning in. Obviously, a huge thanks to everyone in the panel. As always, guys on the panel, you are more than welcome to come on anytime I'm doing future stream. I don't know when the next one will be. I was going to do it next weekend, but we've got the Coventry show next weekend, so unfortunately it won't be then. But I will let you all know, and you're obviously all welcome to come on again and discuss whatever you want to discuss. Likewise, anyone in the chat, if you want to come on, just let me know, and we'll arrange getting you on to talk about whatever you want to talk about, really. So
I'm
maybe
bringing you a
next
trolley for Jason.
Sorry?
I'm going to bring
So
you
maybe-
a trolley.
A trolley. I'm not going to buy much. I'm literally not going to buy. I have no intention of buying much.
Okay.
Honestly,
Okay.
You're going to be with me.
I've got Comic-Con 2 weeks after that with Lydia, so
You are going to be with me. We will buy.
Yeah, so unless any of you guys have anything to say, like I say, it's I'm hugely grateful for you all coming on and chatting with everyone and sharing everything. And like I say, you are all always welcome to come on my streams anytime you want.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Thanks.
Okay, cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Catch you again.
Bye.